Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
All right, guys, welcome to TCH Live Dallas. We are here today with the bigger one, 50K guarantee, $500 buy-in here. We do that once a month here at TCH Dallas. We've got the final table action going here, and you are in the box here with Mitch and Travis. We are excited to be here, guys, hosting you guys, making sure that we get all the good commentary for you. We are just getting now started, and
The first hand, right?
this is the very first hand of the final table.
All right.
So glad to have you guys all here with us. Looking forward to some really good tournament action. Got a really great lineup for you guys tonight. So sit back, enjoy, get your popcorn ready. There should be some good action.
Yeah, in case you guys haven't noticed, we got Travis in the booth with me tonight.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, Derek he's out on assignment.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually, I think he's at a party.
Oh, that's okay.
So
He's allowed to party a little bit too.
Yeah, well, he may be listening in. I hope he is. But we're looking for a good night tonight. Travis here. Alice, how are you doing? Is Alice saying hi already?
All right.
So get a little heads-up action in first hand. And let's see what we can do here.
Oh, pairs are hard to come by in this game.
Yeah. So they're straight, gut shot.
For those of you all wondering, we have 280 runners in this tournament. 280 runners, and we got about 21,000 up top for first place. Like we're looking at just over 3K for ninth place. So everybody here guaranteed at least 3K. We are underway here on this final table. What is that one there?
This one here?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's just
Yeah. 281 entries, 3310 for ninth, 21,290 for first place. Looking good. Chat, says chat up there. How do you get back to the action? There we are.
looks like the action is on Sardine. Basically, 250K bet here.
Got Mitchell Anderson in the chat. What's going on, Mitch? Good to see you. Little Mitch on Mitch action.
Yeah.
I like that.
Tough one.
Yeah.
And it does look like Sardine's going to make a lay down here.
Always to take down the first hand of the night.
You won't like it.
All right, so we're looking at the stack sizes here. Lewis, the overwhelming chip leader with 2.7 million.
So I understand you played in today's tournament there, Travis.
I did play in today's tournament. I've only played 2 tournaments here, so just a little background about me. I used to be the tournament director here, so playing in the tournaments was not really my thing as I was directing them. But I did decide to take a shot at today's tournament, get a little bit, wet behind the ears with my tournament grind. Played okay, made one early mistake early, and then ran my ace-king into aces on an ace-high flop. So wasn't meant to be for me today in the cards to be on the other side of the table, but that means I get to be here in the booth with you, and we get to talk about some poker.
Well, I'm ready.
Yeah. So blind's currently 25, 50, 50, I think. Is that where we're at?
Yeah,
25,
25,
50,
50, 50. Hand number 2.
All right.
280 people down to the final 9, Travis. Final 9 here. Got Derek in the box.
9 of the best, or so they say. We have our dealer Loke in the 3 seat today.
Yeah,
Came in with 3rd and chips. He
was smacking people today, man. I'm telling you, every time I turn around, his chips were getting bigger and bigger.
Man, I had a guy like that on my table. Is actually one of those guys that just didn't matter what he did, just couldn't lose. And surprised that I don't see him here. Hopefully he made the money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the cast today. You have regulars that come in here all the time, and sometimes 25% of the players are regulars. Sometimes it's 50%. Today, it's just, dude, the regulars that were in here today was unreal.
Oh
And
man.
it's hard to believe that more regulars aren't at the final table.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think Bijan is one of our regular tournament grinders. He makes deep runs pretty consistently. Sardine, obviously. Newt Lee, former dealer, always always making pretty deep runs. But I haven't seen him in a while, so I'll welcome him back. I think he's just back in town recently, so glad to see him.
Well, look, I know him from our Baltimore days. But I really don't see him that much here. We work different shifts, but even when we work together in Baltimore, we work different shifts.
Sure.
So, but still,
I don't know how to pronounce that name. Ajinkaya? We're going to go with Ajinkaya.
Sounds good.
All right.
I dealt to him today. He was crushing it.
Very cool. Wakes up with ace-10 is going to make it 150 to go. Lou waking up with deuces. I've heard deuces never loses.
Yeah, that's not true.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've tried it.
Okay.
I put it to the test many times.
One of these days I'm going to get a pair of deuces. I'm going to find out.
But he's a believer.
He is a believer. He also has the power of the button. So
we're going to raise it up to 400K. And I like this mystery hand. I wish we'd do this all the time.
Yeah.
Purposely, because I think it'd be great. I would love it. We have
the good old King X hand. King X.
Yes, but he's all in. Loke is all in for 1.7 million here on hand 3.
From the small blind, he's got quite a big stack.
Is this our first final table all in?
It is. There was not an all in the first hand, but Ajinkaya also all in behind ace-10. Lewis here, I don't, me personally, I can't make that call on the button with just a pair of deuces, especially with 2 all-ins, but, he's got quite the stack.
Well, he lost all the button power there.
He sure did.
It's just a big white thing sitting in front of him now. He's hoping
he's giving it a good thought.
He's hoping they both have ace-king.
All right. Absolutely.
He'll throw it away.
All right, that's a call, and we're going to see what the hands are looking like. We know that Ajinkaya has ace of clubs, 10 of spades. It does look like he has the ace of diamonds. Ace of diamonds, king of diamonds. Is it king of diamonds? Or ace of spades, king of diamonds? Ace of...
We're going to find out right now.
We sure will. Ace of diamonds, king of diamonds. He is suited ace-king.
Suited ace-king. We'll see a flop here.
There is an ace.
And there it is. An ace. No deuce, by the way.
No deuce.
And 9.
Ajinkaya drawn to a 10 and 10 only. He's got 4 outs.
Actually, he's only got
2 outs. Well, I guess that makes sense if people folded 10s.
Yeah. We have the luxury of the little
this software is so smart.
Dark shaded boxes up there.
So smart.
Yeah. So local,
good game.
It down.
Ajinkaya, good game.
Ajinkaya will in the 1 seed. What's the payouts?
3,300, I believe. 3,300 for 9th place is what I saw.
We have the payouts.
We did. It's right down here. There we go. 3,310.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
GG's to Ajinkaya. Thanks for playing today. Great run. We are now down to 8 of the best. And Loke taking over the chip lead there. He now has 2.6 million. Lou with 2.3, Greg with 2.3, Bijan following up there in 4th place.
How do you pronounce that?
Newt. That's Newt.
Newt.
Some people say Nut.
Newt
I believe it's preferred. It's Newt. Newt Lee.
All right. So you say this tournament that you played today was only the second time that you played here?
Second time that I had played a tournament here at Texas Card House. The first time I had played one of our daily tournaments. It starts at 11 a.m. I think I played a Monday tournament. Ran pretty deep, ended up chopping it 3 ways. Was pretty fun. Really nice to hang out with our regular tournament grinders that come out every morning and play. What a great value for $130. It is a turbo tournament, our daily turbo tournament, and I tell you what, these guys are turbo tournament killers.
Yeah, I play a lot. I'll come in. And, one of the supervisors will be playing stay.
Absolutely.
If I bust out, if it's a little slow, yeah, go ahead, Mitch. You can play it stay. And on occasion, I do real well. All right, we have a little heads-up action here. A little against, is that Dodo?
It does look like the name is Dodo there in the 5 seat.
Okay, now look at this. They both flopped an ace. They both have ace-4.
That's our friend David Gonzalez there in the hoodie. Goes by Dodo here. I love that hoodie. I have to get me one of those.
It's almost the same color as the one I'm wearing.
Sure is.
Well, we like to talk about fashion at the final table fashion. And we like to talk about it. We have an all-in. This is going to be,
51-49. Lewis has some back bands. Yeah, some backdoor diamonds here.
Okay. Hold your breath. Okay.
Ooh, 2 pairs. They both got some pairs.
All right. There it is. I think somebody tightened up there on the turn.
I knocked, so BJ Imogen is one of our tournament grinders. Plays a lot of large stake PLO, but he does actually do quite well in tournaments as well. And I had him on my right today, and we had a very similar situation where I opened with ace-queen of clubs, and he woke up with ace-queen of diamonds. And we ended up getting it all in pre, and I did end up running out clubs on him. So it did end up knocking him out. It is a rough way to go out when you have the same hand.
I just don't like doing that to somebody,
Well, and BJ's been a good friend of mine for a long time.
Yeah.
So, we obviously, I'm never soft playing anybody when I'm in the tournament. My money is as good as yours, so we're going to go ahead and get it in if we get it in. But it is tough to see a run out.
We have an all-in here by Sardine.
Early position, ace-queen of hearts, and Low Dog waking up with ace-queen offsuit. He is in a later position.
He's going to want to count. 2.6 million is his chip stack. Sardine's all in for 645.
Gonna cost him about a fifth of his stack here if he wants to go in.
And he still has people behind him, but in this situation, there's the call.
Greg's gonna make a lay down. We're gonna look at Dodo, see what he has. Got a couple of 9s, and he's got.
What would you do with this situation?
He's got 345. So, it's a tough spot because he is the big blind. But boy, I tell you, Newt waking up with 8s. Derek dealing some fire.
He still has a player behind him, but.
Well, Sardine was the one that shoved, so he's the last to act here. And
so it doesn't matter. He'll be all in, so he'll fold.
They're gonna see the bad news. They both have ace queen,
8s and 9s, and they're like, they both have ace queen. We should have called.
Yeah, sometimes in those positions you have to assume that one of those guys might have an overpair. 10s or better, right? So.
And look at that.
Man, the queen hits for both of them. How does that happen?
And now the 8s and 9s like, I'm glad I folded.
Exactly. They're happy to be about it. Chopping this one up too. Some early action all-ins. Blinds being 25-50 is tough.
Early chop action going on here.
Yeah, it's tough when you have 345,000, 565,000 looking at less than 10 bigs.
What's the over/under on the chop pots tonight?
Boy, that's 2 already. 3? Is that 2, 3 already?
I think it's definitely 2.
At least 2. So I guess I'd shoot for 8. 8 chop pots is probably pretty good.
Yeah, we still have 8 players, 8 chop pots. We have 2 already. I might have to take the under though. I still might take the under.
5 weeks till the poker cruise. Yes. Super excited about that. Guys, we do have a poker cruise coming up. I think it's March 26th through April 2nd. It is going to be a wonderful cruise. I will not be attending, unfortunately. Will not be able to make that one. Yeah, but it should be a great time.
I mean, some people got to stay behind and help run the room, right? This should be.
Every once in a while, we got to make sure that there's stuff being taken care of at home.
They need dealers here, right?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody's going on the cruise.
I'm not. I'm staying. Derek's going to go on the cruise.
Derek is going on the cruise. That's correct. Yeah.
So I was just talking to you. That's why I asked you about the tournament. You said you only played twice here. We were talking about driving down to Houston, playing the tournament down there, right?
Yeah, I like. Well, so I mean, that's the only 2 tournaments I've played here, but I do play tournaments on a regular basis at other places. I went down to a couple of places in San Antonio and Houston. I've played. Speaking of Houston, we've got a brand new room opening up in Houston.
That's the word. Man.
That's coming up March 1st. Super excited about that. We got 3 tournaments to start us off there in Houston, so we are very happy with those. We got a 10K added on the first. Looks like I think we have a, what was it, 20K on the second?
Do we have
or is
that?
it a 50K? Yeah, we
Oh,
should have
there it
that.
is,
That
there it is.
50K guaranteed there on the second, and the third through fifth, we're in a 100K guarantee down there at Houston. Brand new grand opening, 6100 Westheimer Road down there in actual Houston. We're not in Spring. It's about 40 minutes away from the Spring. So we are in 2 different locations in Houston.
Second location. It's not a new location. It's a new, but it's the second.
Correct. Second location where that's an additional. We're not
TCH
shutting one down and opening one up. We're
Running it
Yep.
up.
So super happy about that. I may head down there. You know, if you guys want to see me down there, I'll go ahead and play some tournaments, throw in some cash games.
Well, I have off on Wednesday. Maybe, you know,
Not a boy.
save some gas. Maybe we'll ride down together. Who knows?
Amen.
One second, guys.
Well, let's see. Hold on. Acting out of turn. Action's on
He
Greg.
said, hold up.
Raise to
Wait a minute.
He's going to make a raise here.
He is going to open Jack 10 suited, or Jack 10 offsuit. Not a terrible open here, 220. Pretty standard. Middle position. Brian has a queen 8 in the big blind looking to defend. He is going to elect to give that up. You know, tournaments, a little bit different than cash games, obviously. There's a lot of times where what people think may be either mediocre or not optimal hands end up getting to be pretty strong, whether you're in late position, you're first to open, or you know you think you're going against the blinds. There's a bunch of different strategies when you come to tournaments. So we might see some openings that you might not necessarily see in cash games, or maybe for a percentage of the stack you might not see in cash games. So
Definitely.
love that.
Yeah, we got the Sean White here pulling for Loke. Said he's been a local dealer. I'm playing in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for a long time. So we should get some early love for Loke.
Yeah, local love for Loke. I love it.
Ferdinand going to look down at a suited King 9
Raise to
of
130.
spades. Throw a little raise in there.
We are now at 30, 60, 60. The blinds have gone up. So,
Doug R wants to know if C3 is a dealer at TCH. Yes, we're just talking about it. He does pitch the cards here, you know.
every once in a while,
Yeah.
we'll see him on the other side of the fence. He does like to play a bit. He is he is a grinder. We like that about him.
I like to play the tournaments too myself. You know, unfortunately, you have seen me here at the final table. When I was at the final table, you saw me sitting in the seat Derek is
on,
sitting.
yeah, on the other side.
Yeah,
Hey,
that-
me too.
that-
Me too.
You too?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
You know, I did end up playing a live stream here at Texas Card House, but it was an employee live stream of Cash Variety. A little 1-2-5 action. It was a great stream. We had a lot of really cool dealers and staff members that got to play in that. Pretty good game.
yeah, I put my name in the hat. I didn't get drawn.
Didn't get that one
I
off.
was a little upset. I wanted some Travis money.
You could have it, but I tell you what, anybody can tell you on these tables out here, if Travis is in the game, there's money flowing. So,
Yeah, I saw you play a little cash out there today too. You know.
trying to recoup those tournament losses, you know? Still didn't work, end up giving out some more money. Donation is my favorite nation, so it is a vicious cycle, you know, that I get here, I get to work, they tip me money, I bring it back every week, I give it back to them. You know, it's a symbiotic relationship.
Getting some more love here from Doug. Looks like Lincoln Yang is going to pull for Sardine tonight,
Raised to 200.
calling him the People's Champion.
Oh, the People's Champ. Travis, you played well today, although you got lucky with the ace. I sure did get lucky with the ace king of clubs. Unfortunately, my luck did run out as soon as we broke a table. I ended up at table 22. The very first hand I sat down, ended up waking with ace king. Ran into aces on an ace 9 free flop. Not much I could do there. Was drawn dead on the flop. So, such is life in the poker world.
Ryan's checking out the stream. I see you, Ryan.
All right.
Ryan, a new local new dealer here at TCH. One of my guys from Baltimore.
And one of the Baltimore East Coast fam.
Yeah. Very good to have him here. I've been trying to get him here ever since I came here. And had to threaten him. So,
So you come out here or else.
yeah, come back to Baltimore, pull his hair or something. I don't know.
He ain't got much to pull, so I was keeps it pretty short.
He's a big
Mo is in C5. Yep.
he's a big Capitals fan. He loves his hockey. Brian loves his hockey. Big
Very
Capitals
cool.
fan, yeah.
Very cool. Well, we should go, if their Caps come, we should go to a game sometime. I go to a lot of the Stars games. I really like the Stars. I am from Seattle originally, so I am a Kraken fan. I did live in Colorado for a long time, so I was an Avalanche fan.
What we got going on here?
Well,
A lot of hearts. I see a lot of hearts, Travis.
that's right. David Gonzalez
Yeah,
moved
I'll
all
take
in,
that. All
thought
right.
he was taking a shot, and it looked like it worked.
Well, you know what's coming up, Travis.
What's coming up?
Something that makes me smile.
Oh, yeah?
Something that makes me happy.
Is it Dr. Pepper time?
No,
10, 2, and
it's
4.
baseball season.
Oh,
Travis.
baseball season.
Baseball season. Which, by the way, can I tell the listeners?
I wish you would.
I'm going to tell them. Do you know who took me to my first baseball game here in Dallas?
I do not know who took you to your first baseball game in Dallas. Was it me? Oh, hey, it was me. All right.
It was you.
I like it.
It was you. You and Tara, remember? We went together.
I do remember.
All right, Lewis here. I got to tell you, we do talk about the fashion here at the final table.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get around to it. We're going to get around to Lewis's hat. We're gonna
Eventually, he does. He does right. It's not just the final table that he wears that hat at.
Yeah.
I've seen him wear it several times at PLO game.
Yeah.
So, Lewis going to elect to open with Jack 8 off. Low dog with the button behind is going to flat call behind here with Ace 10. And we are going to see a flop between the two.
Heads up.
Not much happening there on a 9 high flop.
It is Dr. Pepper time.
It was 10-2-4. It was 10-24.
There it is.
Those young kids don't know about the 10-2 and 4. The board does pair for the 6. 6 of hearts comes on the turn. Neither player picking up anything else. They're going to have to do all the work here. Dealer not doing much for them.
They're calling it for us to have a catchphrase here.
Catchphrase as a duo. Oh, I guess we should have talked about that.
We should have.
Lock it up next season. Caps and Stars game. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Brian, you can come to any of the hockey games I go to. I usually get some pretty decent seats. I like to sit right behind the goal. Or I've got a couple of friends that sit in the ADA, the wheelchair section, which, no thank you, which has amazing views. It's a second level, but just absolutely wonderful views coming all the way down the ice. So.
No, like today, like who got down to the shortest, the least amount, fewest.
Stars are second in the league this year. Come to think of it, they just played the Bruins on Valentine's Day. I did end up going to that game. It was a very good game. Went into overtime. Bruins end up winning with less than a minute left in overtime. So, what a game that was. The Boston Bruins. They are first in there in the league.
You know I'm a Red Sox fan, but I'm not a Bruins fan.
I totally understand.
I've gone to a lot of hockey games back home. Flyers game. Never a Bruins game. So I have to catch a hockey game with you guys.
Absolutely. I am going to the Kraken game on March 21st. I will be there. Should be a pretty good game. Kraken aren't doing terrible this year. They were not nearly as good as people thought they were going to be in the first expansion year, kind of like the Vegas Knights dominated the first couple of years they played.
Right.
So, ace 10 again for Loke Dog.
Loke,
Boy, he is running well.
Luke's going to raise it up. He likes his 6-3 clubs.
Oh, that was Lewis. Lewis raised, yeah. 6-3 clubs. Loke Dog. Ace 10, let's see what happens.
He's going to do something. He's going to raise it up himself.
Doug R. asks if you are a White Sox fan, and that would be the furthest from the truth.
No. Red Sox. I am a Red Sox fan. You know, I mean, nothing against the White Sox. You know,
Sure.
I mean, more of a Cubs fan from Chicago.
Well, I think I also am more of a Cubs fan from Chicago. I really enjoy going to Wrigley. I really enjoy Wrigley. I mean, Minute Maid Park's pretty good, but Wrigley has a thing about it that's just so historic and it has such a feel of home. It just, I tell you what, there's nothing like going to Wrigley Field.
Yeah. Travis. You never been to Fenway?
I've never been to Fenway.
Okay, because I was like, you know.
Well, I mean, that's home to you.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I also am a big fan of Safeco Field or
It's a beautiful
the house
ballpark.
that Griffey built.
It's a beautiful ballpark.
You know, but I have never felt more at home at a ballpark than I have at Wrigley. I was there for their centennial in 2014.
I've been to the Wrigley Field once. I saw them beat the Mets. You know, I don't like the Mets. You know, I don't like
Nobody
it.
likes the Mets.
You know, who
Except
does?
for Mets fans.
What,
Yeah.
There's like 3 of them, right?
Well, right, absolutely. It's just like saying you're a Jets fan. You have the Jets and the Mets. You know?
All right, Greg's going to look down at 2 picture cards here. He's going to do a little something. He's going to raise it up. Or is he just calling?
That is a raise to 140. And
We have an all-in.
Dodo jamming over with ace 8. Found a hand, says, let's go.
Okay. And, you know, see what he wants to do. Greg wants to count.
345.
That's right, Mr. Sandman. Take me out to the ball game.
Sean White's a Braves fan. All right. I liked the Braves in the 90s.
All right, we have an all-in with a call here. See what we've got.
Let me hope don't bite me in my ass.
Greg does flop a king. There's going to be 4 outs. Oh, 2 outs to catch up. I forget we always have that.
Yes.
2 outs to catch up here. He's got 1 or 2 outs left.
And no, Greg. We'll take it down, then we'll do it for Dodo. And he'll go finish.
Finished 8th place.
And
$3,800. There it is. Richer, well done, David Gonzalez. We were happy to have you. Good game, my friend. Good game. This is a tough field to beat, and you beat the majority of them.
yes, congratulations for the final table appearance. That's always a cool thing, you know what I'm saying? That's always a cool thing. One of the things that I want to do, I want to deal with the final table, commentate the final table.
Play the final table.
You know, and I don't want to just, once I get there, I got to do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you
gotta
want
do it,
everybody
yeah.
wants to. If you get there, you want to win. Obviously. I mean, I don't think anybody gets to the final table and goes, "Well, I'm glad I made it here, so I'm done." So
We've had several guys. Well, at least I know at least 2 that have dealt, commentated, and made the final table. Ben, Derek. I think Derek's.
Ben and Derek.
Oh,
Yeah.
did Derek? I don't know. Did he deal? the final
He's dealt. Oh, I don't know if he's dealt the final table of this particular tournament. Maybe. I don't see why not.
There's Mark Wee.
Hey, Mark Wee in the chat. Shout out to Mark Wee, one of the best realtors in town.
And one of the.
Well, I mean, he's a great poker player.
Definitely.
I
Definitely.
wasn't hating on his poker playing. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you know, the man sells some houses because, boy, I tell you what, he's one of the best. So,
He wants to know who's in the booth with me. I have Travis
Harilla.
Harilla.
It's like Gorilla, but with an H.
Harilla. Travis is there. Derek is on assignment, right?
That's right. He had stuff to do tonight.
Harilla. I keep forgetting.
It's like Gorilla, but with an
Yeah,
H.
but it's, you know.
Harilla Gorilla. You remember the cartoon Magilla Gorilla?
All I know is Lloyd, Lloyd. It's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
simple.
It's very
pretty
simple. Very simple.
You know? Yeah, you know, I think that if Mark took a Saturday, you know, and I know he's a family man. If he took a Saturday and played this tournament, I'm very curious to see, you know.
He is a cash game crusher.
He is.
A
I'll tell you,
cash game
you know,
I have never seen Mark not crush a cash game.
he makes players sit up straight when he sits down. You know, they take notice, like, okay, yeah, he's you know, they're always focused. I see him, and he doesn't know. But I see, you know, when he sits at one end of the table, the other end of the table is looking to see what he's doing.
Yeah, that's right.
You know? And if he folds, it's like you can almost feel a sigh of relief.
Absolutely.
I got a shot to win this hand because he's folded. You know.
Adam Hernandez, what's going on, brother? Glad to have you in the chat. Yeah, I'm here with Mitch. He asked me to commentate tonight. Figured we get some tournament strategy talk going on. We both, you know, obviously both been pretty well in the poker industry for a while, and obviously with my tournament experience, I'd like to commentate the tournament a lot. Just because, man, I tell you what, I'm used to seeing these guys play. I love the strategy of tournament. It's kind of been my life for the last 20 years. So, ADC Scooter said, "What up, Travis? You used to deal me crap." I still will. I promise you. I promise you. It is still up for grabs. I'm an equal opportunity dealer. I'll deal everybody crap. So they don't call me train wreck for nothing. I definitely deal some coolers every once in a while.
Yeah.
So
I've seen it. I don't think you've ever dealt it to me.
He said he used to deal me crappy cards in Greeley, Colorado. Also true. Also true. That is one of the places I have dealt. Good times. Good times.
I will go see a flop here. We have Brian and Lewis.
Yeah. It's some blind on blind action. Blind on
and Lewis
blind
going to
action.
hit the 9, but there is an ace on the board, so I think he'll either fill it out or tread lightly. He's going to choose tread lightly here.
With no check here on the flop, I mean, Lewis is going to probably think his 9 is good. Not a lot of times Brian's going to go ahead and check it twice to him. With an ace, he's going to want to get some value out of that. So,
that's 75.
Good recollection that, you know, Lewis is probably good with his 9. Unless he has unless Brian has some kind of draws.
Yeah, Brian didn't really have much to deal with there.
Did not, so it's pretty standard play there.
But for the record, I thought of this combination a while ago. I've talked about, you know, you and me getting together, doing a little something here. So it's finally cool to thank you. It's finally cool to see it happen. And I was excited. I talked to a lot of players in the tournament today. You know, asking me if I'm going to commentate. And I said, yeah. I said, you know, Derek has a party to go to, so I'm going to have Travis with me. A lot of players are very excited about it. So it's very cool. And we have 250 viewers right now. It's still early. But, you know, if you can, just go ahead and hit that like button for Travis, you know. You appreciate that, Travis? Say hit that.
I appreciate that.
Right. Lewis with the deuces again. Is this the second time? It's second time for him to have the deuces?
Well, he lost the first time, so maybe they're not going to lose this time.
34 likes? Oh, we got to do better than that.
Ooh. We need you guys to smash that like button.
Oh,
look at this. Here it is. Deuces never loses.
Luckily for Loke, he doesn't have much here.
It's a true story.
So Lewis is hoping he has an ace over there sitting there.
Now, there are some times that
75.
Oh, I thought he had checked the flop.
Yeah, he was hoping. He was hoping.
Yeah,
absolutely. Had an ace right there, you know. He was going to sneak him with the with the set of deuces. Okay, everybody, head Texas Card House in Dallas down to the final. What do we have? 8, 9, 7? What we got? 7. Down to the final 7. Travis Harilla, Mitch Lloyd here in the booth.
Julian G, Kabir D, KTY, and Sam N for Tariq J for transfer.
Bijan with the 9-8 of diamonds.
He's made the final table a couple times, hasn't he?
Couple times. He is one of our normal tournament grinders. Plays a lot of cash games. He's in the room all the time. Great player.
Yeah.
Great guy. Always very friendly. Not very, he's one of those kind of more shy and reserved guys, but he is a very nice guy. Love getting to know him. So.
Well, Lewis going to look down and have a suited ace here. And the button.
That is
Go ahead and make the call.
good reason to call, and Greg has Jack 10. Standard calling hand here.
Yeah,
Defending the big blind. Gonna see a flop three ways.
I like Jack 10, but I don't know if I like the position. But
Open-ended
still,
here for Bijan.
I don't mind the call. I probably would have made the call too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Backdoor clubs for Lewis. I don't know who dealt me more coolers, you or James Dodge. James Dodge has been at it for a little bit too. He's become quite the dealer. He actually got hired on at the World Series last year as his first year, and now he is going back for a second year.
My man crush on you.
Well, of course. Looks like Bijan is going to elect to bet out 200,000.
I just got a text message from Curly. That's funny.
Greg,
Curly, I hope you're listening, Curly. I just got your text message.
all right. Greg with 2 overs there, elects not to call. And taking it down, Bijan with the open-ended. A little bit of equity there. Probably correct in assuming that he had the most equity on that flop.
All right, looks like Lewis is getting the hot hand now. He's going to go ahead and raise it up to 150. Loke, not really much you can do with the 4 or 5.
Emil for 1-2 no limit.
Lewis, go ahead and take it down. And we'll move on to the next hand. Pokemon wants to know if Lewis is going duck hunting.
Boy, I tell you what, I think he's got a shot.
I'm telling you, it's
So awesome.
it's always cool to have your thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
And that's his hat, man. He comes in, and it's almost like you don't even notice it now. He was in the room all day, obviously. I didn't notice it, because it's just common, this common thing now. But he makes the final table, all of a sudden it stands out again.
That's right. We're looking at it. Ambo Fun says, likes Lewis's attacking style. Kind of hard to play that way with the big stack right behind him. Absolutely true. He's got Loke right to his left.
Yeah.
Kind of limits some of the things he can do, but also that gives him some shots at making some spots, like some bet sizing that's going to make sure that Loke can call and or raise in those issues, like in those spots. So I like having a big stack to my left, especially an aggressive big stack.
Yeah.
That means I can kind of manipulate him into doing what I want him to do. If I know he's going to be attacking a lot, I can limp call. If I have a super strong hand, I can limp re-raise, or I can min-raise, hoping that he's going to raise, so then I can now 4-bet. There's a lot of stuff you can do with a big aggressive stack to your left. But he does have to play it kind of careful, because you don't want to get in a spot too where you're too deep and you guys are flipping for stacks, especially when there's some much smaller stacks where you can level up here in the tournament. That's some pretty basic tournament strategy. You want to make sure that you are still laddering up but at the same time, you know, we're going to keep up with the blinds. Blinds 30, 60, 60, 40, 80, 80 now. And 40, 80, 80 is a big chunk of a lot of these stacks. So kind of see where the chips fall when we have, you know, less than 10x stacks. So
Raised to 180.
Brian, go ahead and raise it up here with the queen 10 of spades.
that's an under the gun raise. Obviously, you know, suited queen's always great.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you're 8-handed, you know, you want to try to put people in spots and figure out where they're at.
Definitely people here is taking notice he's under the gun raising. That'll make you double check your cards again. They don't want no part of it.
King 10 and King 9 folding behind. Bijan with a 7-5.
Yeah, I don't see how he can make the call here, right?
Call.
But he does.
I got it here.
He'll go
He's
ahead
going
and
to
make
go
the,
ahead and take a shot at it.
try to sneak him.
A lot of times you have 7-5 in a situation like this. You're hoping you have live cards and hoping to hit a flop, right?
Yeah, definitely.
10 high flop for Brian, but we do have a gutter.
So Brian's he's gonna hit the top pair with a queen kicker. He's gonna be happy with that. John is gonna check. Brian will not.
Fritz, do you want 2-5?
He's gonna throw a little something out there.
Thank you. Beast for 2-5 limit.
Bet
That looks like
225.
225. Yeah, he'll go ahead and make the bet 225. And Bijan, he'll more than likely throw away this 5-7. I don't think he'll chase for the gut.
Yeah, continuing here with a gut shot, and the gut shot 8 really only helps you if you have a 7-7 only, so it kind of throws you, you know, calls your hand out pretty quickly when you get it. You know, 4 outs there is tough to hit. Smartly lays it down.
Yeah.
Brian's going to win a pretty decent pot. That's nice. So Newt here with 235,000 as our short stack is fortunately behind the button, made it through the blinds. So he's got a couple of hands to wait until he's got to put chips in. He's hoping he finds a hand here pretty soon. Next smallest stack is Sardine with 920,000, still sitting with about that 10 big blind range. One of those optimal capacity for shoving ranges, because you got to find a hand there. Once you got that 10 big blinds, it's you know, start realizing fold equity goes down the more and more.
All in.
So
There you go, Matthew, one of the dealers here. Just dealt to me a little while ago out there. Did he deal to you today?
he did not deal to me today.
Yeah, he dealt to me in table 10. He's must be on his break. Viewing in, you gotta like that. Viewing in.
Boy.
Gonna throw a little support.
Newt does wake up with a hand. He's got ace jack. Pretty good holdings for a short stack. Hard to find a better hand than that in the next 6 hands. So he is going to shove with a 235, and Brian with 5-4 in the big blind has a decision here. 155 to call. He knows that Newt could probably be shoving pretty light depending on what he's got, because he's got such a short stack. Doesn't have time to wait for a hand, but he is going to elect to make the fold, and the fold equity realized there with Newt now up to 435,000.
On B, on B limit.
I made him look bad. Oh, you had a good hand? Okay, cool. I made it great.
40 here.
The things I do.
The things you do. I appreciate showing up.
That's true.
1-2.
All right, well, looks like the deuces have moved over. Now Loke's got him.
That's, yeah, it's the third time we've seen deuces on this final table. Derek having a penchant for dealing the pairs. And he is going to elect to make a raise. Raising to 210,000, and Greg,
Look what done showed up.
he is just going to go ahead and
1.1.
overbet this. Making a big raise, letting people know what he's got. New Ace 3 of diamonds folds. King 10 hearts folds.
People are just getting out of the way now.
Yep. And Loke, not messing around with those deuces, knows he's up against it.
See, deuces don't always win.
That's a true story.
See, I told you. I don't know who said that.
Somebody who has who likes rhyming, I'm assuming.
Was one of the players out in the room? Well, because
You know, I'd heard it before I got here. It's been around for a while.
I'm telling you, back at Baltimore, they didn't win all the time there either. I don't know where it is they win all the time. Anyway.
Matt Rebella says, great job, Travis. Thanks, Matt. Good to be here with Mitch in the box and watching some final table action. I tell you what, Matt Rebello, one of the guys I know is a great dealer, but a better golfer.
Yeah.
That guy.
That's the word on the street.
That guy can crush some golf balls.
Yeah.
Yep. He's got a great drive, some great fades. He's
Raised to
knows a lot of the courses here in town. So anytime you ever want to go out and golf with a good golfer, Matt Rebello's the man.
I'm not golfed the 2 years I've been here in Texas.
Pot brewing here. We got Bijan raising, opening with Ace 8 off, and Lewis finding Ace 9 behind him in the small blind. Early position's going to lay that down, and Loke waking up with Queen Jack suited.
He's gonna like that. Deuces are a monster. Baltimore. I don't think so, Ryan. And no, I've not watched The Wire. I keep meaning to, and I should have when it came out, but
Is that a show that's based
in Baltimore.
in
yeah.
Baltimore?
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a lot of TV myself. We are going to see a flop, and it does look like Loke is going to flop middle pair with a jack.
I'm very interested to see how he handles this, how he plays this.
Bijan receiving the check. He's going to go ahead and continuation bet here. Looks like 230,000. See if he can get Loke Dog off a hand.
What do you think?
Well, it's tough when you have, the king of clubs comes out. And,
He's going to go ahead and make the call. I like it.
Loke's a smart player. I think he can deduce that there's a couple of continuation bets in his and Bijan's range there. He is going to check again. Really just now going into bluff catching mode.
Austin showing us some love over here. You got to like that.
Hey, thanks, Austin.
We'll go to the turn. It'll bring the 6 of clubs and the river.
Now the 7 of clubs completes the backdoor flush draw. Also pairs the board. But Loke now thinking that Bijan doesn't have a king. He's going to think he has the best possible hand. Maybe bet some for some value. So he's going to go all in, thinking that maybe he has the best hand.
And there it is. Local take down another pot. And he'll stack some chips.
It said all in 535K, but I'm assuming they're thinking that Bijan was the effective all in stack there.
I got to tell you, now here's a different hat. You got Greg here, who the only player at the table who's received pocket aces. Looking very sharp. I like the hat. I think I could pull that hat off better than Lewis's hat. Now, Lewis's hat is great on Lewis.
Looks great on Lewis.
But I don't think I could pull that hat off. I could see, pocket fives here. I think either hat my daughter's going to say, Dad, take it off.
Oh, for sure.
But
if you're comfortable in it.
But, I think with Greg's hat, I think it more my style.
It is a Dundee hat, is what I like to call it.
Definitely a Crocodile Dundee style hat. You got to
like
dig
that.
it.
Wide brim, looks good.
Or,
Shark.
what's his name? The Shark, the golfer, Greg, what the heck was his name? The Australian dude?
Yeah,
Was he
what
from
kind of-
Australia?
like
Greg
that?
Norman? Not Norman.
Was it Greg Norman?
The golfer with the... I don't know.
The internet's a wonderful tool.
Yeah. Well, look, the chat people gonna let us know who it is.
Yeah, of course it is.
Down to the final 7 players here. 200. Greg Norman, there
There's
it is.
Greg
I
Norman.
told you.
There's Greg
I
Norman.
told you they'd let us know.
Yeah.
Down to the final 7. Hand number 27 here. Saturday night in Dallas. I got Travis in the booth with me. You know, Derek is out having some party or something. I think it, you know, I think he turned 27 or something. I don't know.
We're gonna let him go ahead and celebrate.
Yeah, no, I don't, it's
One
not,
day out of the year is gonna be
I
just
think
fine.
I think he told me it was a birthday, not his birthday party.
Well, yeah.
But a birthday
Well, he doesn't
party.
celebrate his. Maybe he does. I don't know.
But anyway, here we are, hand 27. Down to the final 7, 280 entries today. It was 500 buy-in today, right?
$500 buy-in.
Yeah,
We got
once a month we have a
50K guarantee.
Once a month we have a $500 buy-in. The other 3 or 4 weeks, whichever it is,
Go to 26.
it's 365.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an all-day, you know, it's a one-day tournament. It's a great tournament, you know.
One day, all the money. What a great way to make an extra $10,000 to $20,000 on a Saturday.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have an action brewing here. Fold around to Lewis, who elects to open with the 9-5. Raised to 225 and Loke Dog behind him on the button. Now going to 3-bet. Does look like he's making it 675. 675. Newton the big blind with the 5-4 suited, and he does have a little bit of a decision. Sometimes, a lot of times, realizes some equity with the 5-4 of spades, but he has to understand he's going to be dominated the majority of the time.
He's been kind of card dead all day. Hasn't really seen much of anything in short stack. You kind of feel for the guy. You know, it's kind of, you know, you can see the frustration, in his face. He wants to play, man.
Just want to play.
Look, give me some cards. Let me play or let me go home. You know.
Jay, still in transfer?
Lewis laying it down, knowing he got his hand caught in the cookie jar. So,
Young for 1-2.
Yeah, no doubt. Austin Lewis is the man. He's
Long L for 2-5.
a great player to have at the table. You know, pleasant, very nice man to have at the table.
agreed.
It's not his first time at the final table either. I don't think, right?
Greg?
Lewis.
Oh, Lewis. I don't know if he's made a final table before this. It seems like he probably would have.
I'm pretty sure he has.
Raised to 220.
He's
Well, gonna go ahead and raise in late position, take this one down with ace-8.
yeah. Greg does have the Greg Norman look there.
Sure does.
He's probably going for the Greg Norman look than the Crocodile Dundee.
Maybe he just likes the hat.
Mick Dundee, that was his name. So he's Greg Norman, you know. Lewis continues to get good hands here. He's going to look down at ace queen. He'll do something with that.
You know, sometimes when your opening range is so wide, it does help disguise your hands a little bit. So, you know, he's opening a lot. You notice he opened with 9-5, but now he's got ace queen. You know, players pick up on that. You know, you're opening a lot. They think that you're just trying to bully around. And when you do wake up with a hand, a lot of times you end up getting paid off because of it.
Sardine looking up. Okay, here we go. There's something brewing here.
Bijan waking up with king offsuit.
5 nickels from you, please.
He's got one black one, one red one.
I'm curious to see.
is
There
going-
he's going to go ahead and go all in. He's been very active, but so far, but not really dragging in any pots. I'm sure the other players have noticed that. Let's see what Lewis. I'm very curious to see what he does here. He's got Greg behind him, who's got him covered. And you see right there, he's looking at him. He's looking at Greg because he's more concerned with Greg and what he's going to do.
He is going to choose to overjam to try to isolate, make sure he gets heads
and
up.
there it is. He'll get Greg out of the way. I'm not sure he's going to like what he sees, but we'll go ahead and throw out a flop and let's see what happens here.
He does have a couple outs here. I think there. I did see an ace-6 folded, so yeah, he's got 2 outs here.
Chop outs here now.
Flop 9 high here with no backdoors really, unless there's a 6 now for chop outs.
6 or an ace, and no.
Kings are going to
be a
double through for
5. Bijan will take it down.
480. Basic. 8-9 basic. 4 ace. Perfect.
Surprise on the button, you didn't. Oh, you folded?
A much needed hand there, pocket kings, just in time for Bijan.
I wanted to play.
And he'll double up.
Yeah, you'd have won. Yeah, he had kings and 5s.
Oh, I got
And, that put him over the million chip mark there.
Yeah, I tried. You should have slow played that.
You're supposed to help. Yeah. You were supposed to help your neighbor.
Yeah, the right side of the table here is not really been getting many good cards. Just look at Lewis over there.
40-ish.
Lewis going to look down at 4-3 and wonder what the heck happened to his good hands. Like, that's no good. Uh-oh, here we go. Look with the pocket 6s. And I don't know if you know, but I always like, when I have a pocket pair, Travis, I don't know if you know, but I always like them to be the same color. And Luke's going to look at that. Uh-oh, here we go. Something's brewing. We got hands brewing here. Oh, look at this, Travis. Look at this. Brian's finally got a hand. Looking down. Pocket kings. Bijan had him last hand. He's got them now. Luke's got 6s. Greg's got suited Jack Queen. We could see some fireworks, Travis. What do you think?
I do think we're going to see some fireworks here. Loke Dog likes his pairs. Greg, obviously, with the suited Queen Jack.
He's
Brian,
gonna raise it up.
boy, I tell you
he's going all in. All in.
Total of 835.
Well, with the stacks the other players got, I guess it's a good move. Action's now on Loke. See what he wants to do. He knows he has Greg behind him. And, he's got decent sized chip stack. So he's got to be concerned about him. Well, it looks like he's going to go ahead and make the call here, Travis. Action's now on Greg. He likes his hand, but is it good enough to call? Very tough fold there. He didn't like it, but he's going to see.
It's tough, and he's going to see that he's
going to see he made the right move. He didn't want to do it. He
down.
wanted. It's not often you see good cards. You get cards and then people raise and then bet and then raise. And he would have hit his queen, but he didn't see a flop.
No backdoors for him, so still just 2 6s left, and it's a king on the river. Brian standing up as if he was going to go home. A 2-outer there for Loke Dog would have sent him home.
It's a poker thing, look, poker players are very superstitious. I'm one of the most superstitious players there are. Some players, they have their thing, man. They have their thing. And Greg is very happy that he didn't get a chance to see the flop. Seeing the flop would have been disastrous for Greg. Much
Ruby Diaz in the chat. Nice to see her. She's one of our best dealers here. She likes coming in and watching some of the tournaments and seeing what's going on. So She asked, "What is RFI and AFQ?" Those are some of the stats we post up in between hands. AFQ, aggression frequency, and RFI, the time of the amount of percentage that you raise first into the pot. So if you're opening for a raise,
to 200.
just a couple of aggression trackers so that we can see who's being the most aggressive and opening the most. So it is AFQ is when you make an aggressive move at the pot. So as opposed to checking or calling, anytime you're going to raise and or bet, that's your aggression frequency, and depending on what part of the flop you're on, or straight, flop, turn, or river, your aggression frequencies is as much as you take a shot at the pot, whether you are raising somebody's bet or if you are opening with a bet. So
Lewis smashed that 7 on the turn. Checked it. Sneaky. Go to the river. Makes the bet. Look at this.
Bijan here going to take a shot at
He's going to try and bluff at it.
thinking that
Lewis.
there's not a lot that comes in for these draws. There's no draws here, right? So like there's not much you can have. So he's trying to represent either a set or 2-pair, telling Lewis, hey, I know you didn't get there on any of your draws. If you missed all your draws, I have a better hand than you do. The 200K bet just seems like a blocker bet, defensive bet, right? And a lot of times people will take a shot to raise that so that you aren't just betting them to bet them out of the pot.
Very nice play there. You gotta like it.
I like that play a lot. I told you Bijan is such a smart player. What a great poker mind, and he is able to deduce situations very well. So, sitting still right about the middle of the pack for him, kind of biding his time until he finds a big hand.
Greg going to look down at Jack 6 and most likely throw that away under the gun.
Newt with King 6 clubs, still nursing the short stack.
I mean, a short stack, card dead at the final table. How?
It is the worst. Oh. The worst time to go card dead is when you are a short stack at the final table for sure.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Lewis going to like the ace 7 suited, but I don't know if he wants to call
720.
The all-in from Sardine, who's been kind of quiet since in the beginning. He had a couple of hands, but he's been kind of quiet as of late.
Sure. That's almost all of Lewis's chips, so if he were to call and lose, he would be stuck with a super short stack. It also gives him a chance to nearly double up should he be correct. Right here, it is about a 60-40, right? You got a suited ace against King Jack. So a couple, he had Loke behind him though, so he had to worry about him as well. Makes the laydown. Gonna live to see another day. Ambo Fun says, Travis, have you thought about incorporating Ruby's heart spread of the deck before you wash a new deck? That is a Ruby thing.
That is
all
a Ruby
together,
thing.
It's very Ruby. It's her signature thing. We're not going to steal that from her.
Nope.
It is something that everybody knows her by and is amazing. And so I'd like to see her continue to do that. I would not steal that from her. Anybody tries my button flip, though, I will punch them in the face. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. If you know me, I take the button from the 9 seat to the 1 seat. I flip it over my head. Haven't seen very many people do that, if any. So kind of my thing. But every dealer's got their own little niche, right?
Yeah, I did a little chip flip. You
got the chip flip with the hand. You bring the chip in, flip it on the back of your hand. I've seen a lot of people do some stuff with some cards. So everybody's got their own little thing. We are.
We have a hand brewing.
We do have a hand
maybe,
brewing.
maybe.
Brian opening to 240K with pocket fives from the cutoff. Loke Dog waking up with ace jack in the small blind.
You know, my two kids, youngest kids, went down to Florida, and we're dealing down there. Loke's going to make a raise here.
Skynet, you still want to transfer 18?
Loke raises to 850K. Looks like a big chunk of Brian's stack. He's got 1.7 million, so it's about half of Brian's stack here. He's going to commit half of his stack to see a flop. One would assume this is a shove or a call, shove or fold situation. Mark says Suzanne has this thing where she stacks me at least once a down.
Yeah.
You know, every dealer has their thing.
Yeah.
You know, stacking Mark's not the best thing in the world because
No, you don't want to do that.
yeah, he's one of the most generous guys we have. It sounds like a terrible idea, but Suzanne, you know, to each their own. Some people like to live dangerously.
We want to talk to her about that. You know, see if she wants to change that.
Yeah, you know.
For Mark. For
Suzanne does what Suzanne does. So
So Loke will go ahead and take that one down. We will not see a flop.
yeah, it was one of those situations with fives. You have to assume, you know, even if he doesn't have a pair better than you, he's probably got two overs, and so you're flipping. Flipping for stacks, I don't think you're going to flat call half your stack there just to see a flop to catch two outs.
No.
So, you know, a fold is okay there. I think a shove is okay there. Calling is never okay there.
Austin wants to know what the hard spread is, where she takes the deck, where she sits down at the table, she takes the deck, she cuts it in half, and then spreads it in the shape of a heart. That's what Ruby does.
That is.
First time I saw her do it, you know, and to be honest with you, and I've been around poker for a while, I've never seen anybody else do that. She's the first person I saw do it, of course you know. That's cool.
Yeah. She found her signature thing. It works out for her. Very awesome.
So,
Pocket fives again.
Lewis getting cards. How's he not the chip leader? He's getting all these cards.
He is going to opt to shove here. Bijan just limping for the 80K. Gonna give him a shot to either.
Again, looking down, and you know, I mean, they might as well just be clear. You know, nothing. You know, because he can't catch it. He can't catch a cold right now. This guy.
Oh man. In this day and age, that's it's hard to do. Not catching a cold.
I guess you got a point there. Yeah.
All right, Jonathan W, another one of our dealers. He says, "Let's go, Loke." Travis Mitch, good job in the booth, boys. Appreciate you, my man.
Thank you, thank you.
Austin says he's going to shout out Ruby by fanning a heart the next time he gets a new setup.
There you go.
Oh, you do you, my man.
I mean, it's something different.
Yeah.
Well, like I was saying, my kids, they went down to Florida and we're dealing down there. I go down to visit, you know, check them out. Go to the room, and there's Wade doing a chip flip.
No.
I said, dude, you
Stealing my thing.
You steal my stuff? I said, dude. But he said, no one down here does it, so I can do it. So, what you know, what they say, imitation is the best form of flattery.
Best form of flattery.
Yeah,
Sure.
so, you know, so I thought, you know, I thought that's kind of cool.
It is
I don't
cool.
mind. If anybody's going to do it, you know,
Your
my
son following your
yeah.
footsteps. I do the chip flip thing every once in a while. I you know, not because I want to steal your stuff. It's just it's stuff I do with my hands. You know, to throw it up and catch it and all the stuff. But you know, I definitely.
Wait, no, he's got a hand. He's got a hand.
Newt's got a hand.
Let's see what he's going to do. Is he going to get a call? So he got a call. Loke called him.
Loke is going to call him with a 9-8. We do have a flip going on here.
Can we pull for somebody here in this situation?
You know, they don't like us to be biased here, but I tell you what, Newt's been running pretty rough, and that is a heck of a flop for Loke. There is a pair of eights now drawing to a 9 for Newt.
Wow.
And a 9 jacker and ace would have done it, but the 8 on the turn is going to knock Newt out. He waited all that time for ace jack.
You know, I mean, I feel bad. You know, I feel bad. I mean, I'm happy for Loke, you know.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
Good game,
but,
Newt.
But
Well done. Well done.
yeah, that you know,
51-1, yes.
$4,675 is not a bad day's work.
Absolutely.
So Newt, I feel bad for you. You know, you didn't get much help in the cards department, but congratulations on making the final table, and
right.
we'll see you soon. I know we will see him soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's a grinder. We'll see him back again soon. GG. All right, we're down to the top 6 now. Top 6 receiving nearly $6,000 now. Quite a pay jump. $46.75 to now $59.95.
Arcade, still in the transfer
7 is
14.
all in.
Thank you. James, do you still in the transfer 14? No?
All right, so Sardine here is going to go all in with the King 5. I guess he's
760.
tired of sitting around looking at being card dead. He's going to go try to at least steal a pot here, try to do something. Jean with the ace, not liking his kicker for sure, but he's thinking about it. It'll be for about half a stack. He makes the call. See, Legos in the chat. I saw you in the room today, young man. It's good seeing you here. John will lay it down. Does not like that 3. Sardine going to take a pot down. I feel you, Sardine. I see you.
You know our clocks.
So you have the chip stack there. Down to the final 6. Derek in the box.
Small blind, Jean.
I want to take time to thank Derek doing a fine job there. We have Bryce this morning. Everything's run so smooth here every Saturday. Players are relaxed. Dealers are relaxed in this tournament.
Raised to 330.
Greg, go ahead and raise it. Sardine going to look down at 7 deuce off. I feel it. And Greg will take it down. Derek will go ahead and move the button and shovel them up. Shout out to the people who make this happen every Saturday and every day. You have tournament director Eugene does an excellent job. And we have Bryce. Riley, can't forget Riley. He does an excellent job. Donovan's
Talking
over
about our
here.
tournament directors?
Talking about the tournament people, you know.
All right. Yeah, we have a great tournament staff.
And you
obviously led by Eugene. Eugene is a great tournament director. He's got some really cool things going on, and looking forward to seeing what he does with the new room that we are opening up here in Dallas as well. So
soon. It's opening soon.
Coming soon to place near you over here in Las Colinas or Irving.
I haven't got an official date. Have you? I've been hearing it soon.
No official date, you know,
Okay.
and we'll announce it when we're ready. You know, they've got a bunch of things going on, but we are just getting equipment into the room, so should be any time now when they are officially ready to open that thing up and get all the, you know, you got to get all the hardware in there for the tablets and the software all set up and run all the tests and things like that.
Tables and chairs.
Absolutely. There's a few things left to do, but you know, we are almost there. We are super excited for it.
I can't wait.
So excited to see how well that new room does. And but speaking of new rooms, once again, if you guys haven't heard, we are opening up a brand new room in Houston.
Number 2, the
coming up
second,
this week. Yes,
second
absolutely.
room. There it is.
So grand opening is going to have 3 major tournaments. We're adding 10,000 for first place on March 1st. That's our opening day. A 50K guarantee single day event.
Look at that.
On March 2nd, and
look at that tournament on March 3rd to the 5th. Look at that $300 buy-in, $100,000 guarantee. We're going to shatter that.
That's a $300 buy-in.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what, we are looking forward just to welcoming people from the Houston community.
Dude.
You know, we have that room open in spring right now. It's a little bit south of Houston. I mean, they call it our Houston room. Like they call it the TCH Houston room, right? But it is in Spring, Texas. This one is actually in Houston. So we are going to have places for people to play all over the Houston area. Houston having such a big area and big amount of player pool to pull from, we should have a great time.
I do want to get back to the new room because it's great stuff. But right now, look at this. Look at this. Lewis continuing to get good hands. He's going to go all in. Logan's going to snap call.
His reputation precedes him. Logan making the snap call with the ace-jack, and Lewis having a hand here with the jack-jack. We are going to go. I didn't see if anybody folded an ace, so it does look like officially 3 outs for Logan to go ahead and knock him out. A paired board doesn't help. We still have 3 outs.
Ace only.
Queens full of jacks going to do it for Lewis. We're going to double him up.
I tell you, maybe that's
Is that Mitch dealing?
maybe what?
Oh, that is Derek Glover dealing. Mitch in the box.
Let go. No, I'm compensating.
Poker Monkey asks, do you have to get a separate membership card and buy separate hours for Las Colinas? The idea is to make sure that we're merging both of those, and so that they can transfer back and forth between the two. Memberships, time, any of the promotions, things like that, back and forth between the two should be pretty symbiotic and transferable. So if you got a membership at the Dallas location, it should be good for the Las Colinas location. If you guys play more than 3 days a month, it would behoove you to go ahead and get a monthly membership, or a yearly membership. Obviously, is the best deal. You can get a yearly membership for $300. But those should be transferable back and forth between our new rooms. That way, you don't have to worry about, oh, do I have this here and that there, and this here and that there. You know, you're going to get the same staff and same amazing atmosphere in this new and better room here in Las Colinas. So,
yeah, I think that's cool. And Lewis with the deuces again.
Boy, I tell you, he's a deuce magnet.
You know, membership card, the membership through all the TCHs. That was my idea.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, glad we're able to incorporate one of your ideas. I mean, you are a genius when it comes to business, so I guess that makes sense.
Okay, maybe it wasn't my idea.
Oh, well, you know, I was trying to build you up a little bit.
But I do think it's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. If we can get that actually through all of our clubs, I mean, I would make sense to, like, if I had a membership, a yearly membership at the Dallas club, I would hope I could go down to Houston or Austin or RGV and play down there. You know, I'm sure they're trying to make that work eventually, getting everybody synced up and together. But, you know, for now, we'll take the Dallas rooms being synced up. And, well,
look at this, Travis. You're getting some love.
Well, Travis is definitely the best dealer. Wow, that is a compliment. Thank you so much.
Now, I want to point out, it says Dallas.
Well, I mean,
not just TCH.
Dallas is a big place, and that is
over 2 billion people here.
Thank you, BTL7777. Not sure. Is that BTL? BTL? I appreciate that. That is very nice.
Very nice. Look at this. Lewis is on fire. This guy should already have all the chips. He's getting all the cards.
He sure is. What happened? I didn't even see what happened with the deuces hand. Did he just raise and take that down? I wasn't paying. We were talking.
Talking about you being the best dealer in Dallas.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know that we have such a huge dealer pool to pull from, and we have some of the absolute best dealers here in Dallas that I've seen. We have a great team at TCH. So for that, that's a huge compliment, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Well, here we have Mark. We just want to point this out. Thank you, Mark. TCH has some of the best dealers, but Mitch and Travis are definitely
We killed the game, I tell you
at
what.
the top of the list.
Man,
I appreciate that, Mark.
high praise, high praise.
I just want to be the best left-handed dealer in my family. That's all.
Amen.
300.
Is Wade left-handed?
No, all three of my kids are right-handed.
Oh, well then you're winning.
There you go. That's it.
4 of spades here on the turn. Not going to do much help here to Bijan. Queen still ahead, and going to bet take this one down.
For those of you who don't know, all three of my kids do. They are poker dealers, but they're all right-handed. So,
Well, not everybody can be perfect.
and they are very good dealers.
They are very good dealers. I've seen your kids deal. I've seen Wade and I've seen Brittany.
Yeah. Well,
Your other son.
yeah, Phil. All three of them have their thing that they're best at. Like with the rules, I would say Phil.
Okay.
Phil would probably be. We all know the rules.
Sure.
But Phil may have a slight edge.
He likes to study the words. Study the words.
The pitch.
Raised
Yeah.
to 300.
Oh, that's me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me. The old guy still has the pitch. The flop, I gotta give to Brittany. Brittany puts out a smooth. She puts
super
it's
pretty.
It's very smooth.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the spots I need to work on. It's been my weak spot throughout the years is my flops. I have to adjust afterwards. But I tell you what, I have always thought to be a player's dealer. I was a player before I was a dealer, and I just do what I think a player would want a good dealer to do.
Exactly.
So
that's I always, and I'm sure a lot of players here, I always try to be very player friendly. And they're here to have fun. And I try to find a good mixture of professional and fun. And that's what I try to do.
Ruby says, Austin, try the heart and then wink. I bet if she adds a wink in that, she makes an extra $10. $10 for the wink.
Well,
100%.
yeah.
I tell you what, Ruby not only is one of the best dealers out there, but she is very personable, loves chopping it up with the players, can cut jokes with the best of them. And I tell you what, she kills the game, and she's only been doing it for a few years. She hasn't been, relatively, she hasn't been doing it for that long, but she has come leaps and bounds since her first days at the World Series of Poker. So, great dealer that we have here. Like I said, our staff here, I love that they pulled them from all over the places. We basically took the best of everybody and said, we're going to open this place up in Texas, and we want nothing but the best here.
Bijan going all in. Look at this. Making a move, Travis. He's making a move here. And it's going to work because Brian doesn't really have anything to make the call. He doesn't have a spade. He doesn't have a king, queen. I mean, but Bijan, he doesn't know that.
Or does he?
Well,
He's got an inkling.
650 is correct, yes.
This is one of those, one of those kamikaze moves where, he either has it or he doesn't. If Brian were to have like a king 10 or even like a queen jack of spades here, he gets snap called. But Bijan, that's a push and a prayer, right?
Yeah, I made it somewhat of not that much of a kamikaze move. He didn't have anything. It was kind of my poker moment of the week, I guess, maybe. Playing a tournament. I had pocket sevens and I went all in after a player had raised. And, I put him on like ace king. But he had pocket tens. I had pocket sevens and they held. But the thing about it was Bart was at the table, so I was a little embarrassed.
That's fair.
I was embarrassed, because he's the tournament guy.
He's
the tournament man.
He is a tournament crusher for sure.
So I was a little embarrassed. I was like, I got up walking away. I'm like, wonder what Bart thought of that.
Oh my goodness.
But he's a good guy, He find humor in that, no doubt.
Adam Hernandez says he's the best sports knowledge dealer except for when it comes to Seattle sports. I would say that Mitch probably rivals you in that. He's got a lot of sports knowledge, a lot of sports trivia, but I'd love to hear you guys go back and forth. I love to hear good sports trivia and knowledge. You know, I think because staying away from you know, politics and religion on the poker table is always a smart move. Sports is always the next best thing to talk about. And look at this, we have a hand going. Sorry about that.
All the aces are gone. Sorry, Sardine. But Sardine finally waking up with a hand. Since I think he won the first hand, and that was it.
He's been pretty quiet.
So he's going all in. And Greg, you know,
710, yeah.
110 to call here. He's obviously got committed there. He's got to go ahead and put it in. And he's going to see the bad news, although he does have some club outs and maybe some wheel outs.
I'll shoot it too.
Well, Derek had to put out the flop, and, well, aces are looking good so far.
One club there,
and
now drawing dead.
Yeah, there it is. The aces will hold. Sardine is going to double up.
Attaboy. And the crowd goes wild.
What do we got going on with what's going on over here?
Donovan trying to make sure that our
tournament players are not bothered.
That's correct. Our
There it is.
banister on the final
You gotta
table
like
is
that.
making sure that, you know, he's guarding the rail, making
But
sure
there it
that
is. Sardine showing some patience. And, you know, and every week we play, you know, I point out the players who are very patient. And I got to tell you why, Travis. I love it. You know why I love patience at the poker table?
Why do you love
Because I
patience?
don't have it, man. I don't have it, I swear.
Got it.
At the tournament table, I don't have it. I don't have it. I try to have it at the cash game. And it's a lot easier to have patience at a cash game because nobody has patience at the cash game. You know what I'm saying? But having patience at the tournament, you know, I love it watching these guys. And maybe if I sit here in this booth long enough and I watch these guys, be patient, maybe
pick up a thing or two.
maybe I can learn.
250.
You know, I get the advantage of seeing their cards, and you know, I'm telling you, Lewis has had us growing on me. You know, he's got the flaps snapped up right now. I like, you know, it's like when he gets it when they're down, hanging down, he gets a little reckless, he gets a little wild sometimes.
Sure.
You know, but he's looking good. He's feeling more comfortable.
Raise.
That's right. ADC Scooter Poker is a marathon, not a sprint. And you know, and one of the things is when I do decide to go play, I don't go when I have just 2 hours to kill. I can't do that, man. I can't do that. I got to have nothing to do all day. And go play and just relax and leave when I want to leave. Sometimes I should probably leave sooner than I do, but you know we all know what I'm talking about. You all know what I'm talking about.
All right, hand 46, this final table. We are at 50, 100, 100. Those blinds are getting really big now. You guys got to find some spots to get some chips in, double up, or go home at this point.
So Adam Hernandez, he wants to battle on sports trivia.
That's all you, my friend.
I mean, you know, I'm okay with it, you know.
Bijan with a suited jack here.
Well, he says he's the best sports knowledge dealer except for when it comes to Seattle sports. Is that saying you?
I mean, I know a thing or two about some Seattle stuff. I feel like that's my niche. I have some Seattle sports knowledge. Other than that,
What was the first year Seattle had a baseball and football team?
Well, Seattle's football team was 1976. Mariners came around in 70? 70? 70?
Same year.
76? Was it 76?
Same year. Yeah, they both came out the same year.
So,
But they did have a Seattle Pilots, I think, years ago.
I was gonna say
With
that
the Mariners,
kind of like that. What they turn it kind of like what the Rough Riders would be to the Rangers. You know, a pro team that's not necessarily MLB. So
So Austin says he wants a name for this duo, that's you and me, I guess. Is that what
Chops
it
and applesauce.
is? That
Mark said saucy chops. I like that. Saucy chops. We got saucy chops in the box.
is that for
You and I.
well, who's saucy and who's chops? What?
Well, I think you got the chops, and I'll be applesauce. I don't know. Applesauce is sweet. I like applesauce.
I like applesauce.
Oh well, shit. I'll take poker chops then.
Call.
Pork chops, and applesauce.
Lewis playing the 4-3 suited here, going against
Heads up.
Loke with his king 10.
Oh. Lewis catching a big flop, flopping 3 threes. Trying to get some action out of Loke here.
Loke drawing dead. He's going to check it. Let's see what Lewis wants to do with this.
Now we got 1.6 in the middle already. They both have just over 2 million, and Lewis is going to bet a sizable amount here. It's looking like 1.2. It's about half of his stack. Loke obviously seeing the writing on the wall here. I mean, he's calling for 2 overs. Really no other outs. He doesn't even know if those are good, so yeah. Smart move to lay that one down.
Yeah, Adam, I know very little about hockey and even less about. I'm not a basketball guy at all. It's never really done anything for me.
Basketball, me either. Yeah. No, I can tell you a few players that played on the Seattle Supersonics back in the 90s.
I know Larry Bird.
That's right. Larry Bird played. Obviously, the great Michael Jordan, 23. This guy named LeBron, I guess,
I'm a
played for a couple years.
57-year-old man. I know Larry Bird. I'm not personally, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, sure. At least you didn't take it back. I know Wilt Chamberlain. All right,
Yeah,
well.
I've heard of those guys.
No, of course. Yeah, you know, we had the great matchup of Sean Kemp and Gary Payton on the Supersonics before they moved to.
Look at the deuces again. Is it fifth time?
That was, I think, 5th deuces, 6 deuces.
Lewis continues to get the cards. And now his chip stack is starting to show it.
Well,
Raised to 300.
and now he's got raisin chips. You know, in his mind, he's always got raisin chips. That's something we love about Lewis. He's got a raisin range that, you know.
All right, well, let's see what. Okay. Loke's got the button.
Call.
He's go ahead and make the call with the 6-5. He's not all that concerned, I don't think, with Greg behind him.
Greg has been pretty conservative here on the final table. You know, it's going to be there's going to be some points where you're going to find out that he wakes up with a hand, but he hasn't really caught a ton of cards either. You know, Queen 9 of clubs, not a terrible calling hand here. He's going to get some value out of some flops. So going 3 ways to this one. What a flop. Jack high could flop a tire for Lewis. We got the gut shot for Loke and
A 9 for Greg.
Greg catch a middle pair with a gut shot.
You got some, runner clubs there. Possible.
Sure. A little bit of something for everybody, as they like to say.
Well,
All in.
He is choosing to take the aggressive route. We're going to go ahead and bet it.
And Lewis is go ahead and making
snap
the
call.
call.
Raise. Call.
Loke's not going to chase that gut shot there. We'll see what's going to happen here. Derek will set it all up and then run it out. We'll see what happens. Greg has a few outs. Not as many as he would think, but he does have a few outs.
Well, 8's not going to help him. Now Jackson 8 has 2 pair.
Looks like Lewis is going ahead and take it down, and that will be it for Greg.
Great game, Greg. Great game. We are now down to 5 of the balls.
I didn't deal to Greg today. I don't think. Did you play against him?
I did not play against Greg
Big
today.
blind, 1 Anthony, 1
Well,
small.
great game, Greg. And let's see, how much will he be taking home? Here, let's see if we get the
Well, I don't know.
payouts up
Everything
here.
you've tried so far hasn't worked.
That's what I'm saying.
right here. Let's see what we have.
6,000.
6,000. You go call it 6,000. Let me run out there and give him a red chip.
I'll give him a $5 bill. We'll call it
Making it even 6,000. 5,995 going out to Greg. who played very well today at the final table.
Great day. Great game, Greg.
And we have down to final 5. Next place will be 7,735. Now let's see if we get back to the action.
Not a bad day at all.
Raised to 300.
Let's see what we got.
That's not it.
Two bad cards.
Uh-oh. Oh. Let's see if we can get back to the action. Can we get back to the action? Oh, 281 entries. How do we get back to the action? Is it here?
John W.
We'll get it here in a minute.
Uh,
Help me out, Travis.
I thought if we click over
That's
here,
what I thought too.
but move this from the street. You don't want to do that.
No, don't want to do that. We'll get back to the action here in a moment.
300. Call. Heads up. Plus here. I sort of would like to bet 300.
Okay, 1-2, no limit. Ash, 1-2, no limit.
Fletcher. All in. Call.
The 10 and the 9. That's what I thought.
$560. Oh wait, it's good. 1-1. Raised to 300.
Cedric, 1-2, no limit.
Call.
Stoops, 1-2, no limit. Stoops, 1-2, no limit.
Next hand, 61.
What
There we are.
Are we back?
And we're back, guys. Sorry about that. Some technical difficulties here. We're just a couple old guys trying to figure out how to work a computer. So, now we have video, but not con. Guys, we're back. Sorry about that. We were trying to figure out the graphics and end up muting our commentary as well. So, we are back now, though.
I didn't do that though.
Nice to see you guys in the chat. Kev, Bryce, Austin, Mark, Zeus. Zeus asked if there's sound. Yes, there's sound. Can you guys hear us now? You guys, go ahead and give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. Also, if you haven't done that already, go ahead and smash that like button. We did see a pair of threes. Go ahead and hit the 3 on the river to river.
Wow.
I mean, it's
Wow.
9s and 4s with a king was leading the turn, and the 3 river.
Bryce.
Wow.
That's right, Bryce. Older, not old.
Experience. We're gonna call us distinguished or well seasoned. I don't know.
But either way, good hand.
The action at TCH speaks for itself. That's right, Kev.
And then gave us a thumbs down.
Was that for? That was for you, I
That was
think.
for me, I think.
That was
That's
for
okay.
you.
I'll take it.
All right.
Nadeem, your food is here. Nadeem.
Anyway, we're back. You know, we start pushing buttons in here. We don't know what the hell we're doing. Derek. We need Derek.
We need Derek.
Derek.
Where's Derek at?
All right, back to the game. Brad's got the button, and he's got ace queen, and he's betting 300,000. He's going to raise it up. Lewis, you know, he's going to look down. He's going to see a 3. He's going like, really? 3s? Now you're going to give me 3s? I'm going to see 3s all night long
That's
now.
right.
Over the hill. Over the hill?
Who's over the hill? Which hill? We're not.
Somebody
Stop.
said over the hill.
Oh, Kev says he loves me. I love him too. One of my favorite guys. We've hung out at a couple of baseball games. Likes bringing the kids out. We go to the lazy river out there at the Rough Riders games. Always good times.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, we're gonna set up
it's
some more of
just-
those this year. Obviously, the weather's starting to get nicer now.
Well, you got to do it like in July when the weather's really hot. You got to do it. It was cold last time.
Well, we are hardcore. I tell you what, we enjoy being in the lazy river, whether it's 65 or 85.
You know.
So.
But John's he's been kind of quiet as of late, but he's gonna throw it away.
Yeah, suited Queen 9 under the gun. Gonna go ahead and toss that. We are.
Kev getting on Bryce. You got like this.
How is Bryce still up? I know it's not a school night, but it's almost.
Bryce, that wasn't me.
Oh, shots fired.
That wasn't me.
Well, his mom probably told me he had to go to bed. So, just kidding, Bryce. We love you. Know you're probably up gaming.
We got a little pistachios.
Yeah, chili roasted pistachios
You-
made
you-
by Wonderful.
You ain't offered me a pistachio yet.
There you go, my man.
All right.
These are a little spicy. I like it though. They're my favorite. They also have a honey mustard one that I really like.
Uh-oh.
Or honey roasted. Honey roasted.
John, do you want
Look, you're flopping that middle pair. Sardini's got an open ender here.
And he's got backdoor spades here. He's got
A little spicy.
yeah. A turn card doesn't help either player. Loke's still ahead here with the flop middle pair.
You want a cookie?
do you want to PLO?
No, thank you.
150.
Famous Amos. Can I say that on the screen?
All right.
Famous Amos.
Were you allowed to plug some brands?
I don't know. Well, we do have 327 people listening, which is cool.
I mean, Loke does go ahead and bet his middle pair, thinking is good. Gets a call from Sardine here. Does still have that open-ended. The ace of clubs on the river here. Not offering any help to either player.
It could slow down the action a bit, maybe. Loke could put Sardine on an ace there. You know.
Well, yeah, he's got, maybe ace high flush draw there. Ace king calling or ace queen calling with, the open ender there. So there's several ace X holdings that Sardine could have there that hits him on the river. Let's see if he sees that opportunity to try to take advantage of that. He checks back here. He's got no value, so he obviously has to take a shot at it if he wants to win the pot. If he checks back here, kind of claiming defeat, unless he thinks queen high is good. Queen high showdown value pair of tens here.
Local take it down.
Bryce says he'll see Kevin at work on Monday. Not with that attitude. Kevin might not be here on Monday if he keeps razzing Bryce.
Local get back in the groove there. He was on the downslide
he
there,
didn't hesitate much with those
spiral.
threes.
But hitting that 3 on the river a couple hands ago has given him new life. Maybe he took some of the wind out of Lewis there. I'm sure he doesn't want to see a 3 anytime soon.
True story. True story.
I know,
What a river.
I would. But such is the game of poker. Speaking of a 3, there's Brian.
Brian been kind of card dead here for a little bit since we've knocked out the last couple players.
Lewis
Not card dead.
Yeah. I mean, has he seen a card lower than a 9?
Yeah, he saw 2 deuces.
2 deuces.
A couple of times.
Yeah, 3 times. I think 3 times. He's got some chips, though. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to raise it up.
Raise to 350.
Well, Sardine, when you haven't seen very good cards all night long, the ace-9 suited looks much better than what it is.
I want to say he did just play that queen-5, so now playing the ace-9, opting to shove.
And let's see what Lewis decides to do.
Getting a count here. He was going to see it's for about a quarter of a stack.
$1,030,000. 1.0.
So looks like Kev is looking to play the tournament on Monday.
Bryce is going to go ahead and give him my pleasure.
Yeah, so just fire me before the tournament so I can buy in. So Kev's looking to buy into the tournament on Monday. See what Lewis wants to do with this queen 10. He's got to think he's behind. I don't know if Sardine wanted to show him his cards. I think he might.
I think he'd be more likely to call if he showed him
I
his
think
cards.
so too.
Then wonder if maybe he's got domination here.
Yeah.
The graphic keeps changing, but I think Sardine was all in for about 870. And he is going to make the call. We are going to see all 5 cards.
The call.
We'll figure it out.
And Lewis is, I guess it's not as bad as he expected, but he's still, we'll see. So there it is.
Couple of outs there left for Lewis. We'll go ahead. Now more outs. He can hit a 10 or a jack or a queen.
But instead, a 7 will come. And Sardine showing us all patience.
Patience.
Pays off.
The man is grinding it out.
I'm telling you. I gotta learn this. I've learned to be stress-free.
Mostly.
Yeah, well, I got divorced a few years ago. I didn't say.
Same.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
Same.
I'll leave it alone. But you know what I'm talking
Yeah. We're in the same boat there.
So I've learned to be stress-free,
Damn, he just went to the bathroom, right?
have fun. I just gotta learn patience, especially at the poker table.
Sure. Break, right?
My kids might say I need to be more patient. They're adults. What do you get?
That's right. Yeah. You raised them to be good.
Yeah.
Good law-abiding citizens,
You know,
for the most part.
For the most part.
I mean,
Gas stations.
I'm in.
All right,
I
here
don't know
we
if there's much
are.
money in gas stations these days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Down to the final 5, Travis. Down to the final 5.
5 of the best.
Who you pulling for out there? Lewis, oh, look what Lewis is getting. Derek, you're a funny guy with these couple of cards.
okay.
Floor on
Lewis going
20.
to look down at the pie. Not deuces. He could have put Loke out with the 3. He got the 3 instead. Uh-oh. Sardine. We got a hand brewing here.
They want to know if they can take a 5-minute break.
Want to know if they can take a 5-minute break. We're going to see what Donovan, the current tournament director, is going to allow, if they're going to take a 5-minute break or not. Usually the rule is, in that aspect, everybody is allowed to take a break if they like. However, we do continue to run the clock. You know, and especially on live stream, you know, that is one of the things we let them know. Hey, we are streaming this. There won't be, once we get to the foul table, no more breaks are allowed. I mean, no more breaks are included in the structure. So take a break at your own peril. But you know, we also have great enough structures that a lot of times if you take a quick break, you can come back and not too much damage is done. So,
well, I'm sure they'll be told that. And Lewis is going to throw away those threes. Starting to get a card here and there, making the most of it. You got to like that.
61, 21.
You definitely got to like that.
I was being serious when I told you.
You're not gonna like that one.
I'll follow the pair, by the way.
So we're down to the final final five.
Final 5 players here.
Who you pulling for out there?
Blinds are 61, 21, 20. These are getting to be nosebleeds. We are getting down to where the boys are boys and the men are men.
Are you pulling for? I want to know who you pulling for. You pull for seat number 2. We have Lewis with his hat over there, looking all dapper.
Yeah.
Pull for seat 3 there, Loke.
Dog.
The local
320.
the room dealer here at TCH, sporting his TCH face cover there. You see that?
Sure is.
You got to dig that. And he's raising at 320. You're pulling for who do we have? Sardine
over there.
Sardine and all of his patients. You gotta love that.
He is a fan favorite. The People's Champ is what I read earlier.
And we have who else we have?
Bijan over there next to him.
Yep.
Tournament grinder, and then we do
showing patience himself.
And Brian, boy, I tell you what, Brian hasn't had any cards over the last couple of orbits, so he's just been mucking.
So let us know. Let us know who you pulling for here.
Both players flopping a pair here. Tough to do.
And hey, Travis and Mitch.
What's going on, Adrian?
Got Kev pulling for, you know who Kev is pulling for. The man in the red hat.
I like that.
Lewis is getting some love. You got to dig the hat, And I like it, I like the baseball hats that the kids are wearing today with the flat bill. It just, dude, I'm not gonna get into it, Travis.
I understand. We were raised in a different era.
We talked about it. Talked about it. So I
do have a couple of flat brim hats. I choose to wear them backwards. It's what I'm comfortable with.
Link is still claiming Sardine is the people champion.
Yep. And Adam says Ashtray's cousin. Will anybody get the reference? I do understand the reference. It's from a movie called Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. One of the longest titles I've ever seen. It's a funny comedy from back in the day.
So then who was he pulling for?
So Ashtray's cousin's name is Loke Dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, Adam, you got me with that trivia question. I'm pretty good at movies too, but you got to think. I'm
not necessarily caught up on some of the newers.
Look at. Just deal Brian the cards. There it is. Give Brian some cards. Lewis putting the pressure on Loke here. Putting the pressure on him. Yeah, definitely, Mike. Tough call here. Going all in. You gotta put him on. I mean, he's not putting him on Jack 9.
Right.
We got to put him on that.
Well, so he is defending his big blind. There's some things to be said about that. His defense range is a little bit wider, but so he could have defended with Ace 9, 9-6, anything like that. And so anything above Ace Jack. So decides to show the Jack.
Kev, I agree with you. That's all Travis. I didn't have that one. You know, but I can make a movie reference of my own, you know, here and there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
If you played at the table, I'd make a lot of movie references at the table.
You sure do. You sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, you know, one of the few movies I've seen. I promise you, I'm not a movie aficionado by any means. Just happened to catch that one, and thought it was humorous. Thought it was funny. There's kind of a what cult classic is what they call it for that.
Well, here's Curly.
Right?
Curly, I see you.
Oh,
Pull for Lewis.
Raised to
I
2.
like how it says Curly. Didn't even spell his own name right. Attaboy, Dusty.
Curly, I had you all set up, brother. I had you all set up.
Well, we got Sardine raising with the ace queen. Lewis again with another ace. Gonna go ahead and make the call.
I'll take it, Kev. It is a team effort. Very good. He's right. It is a team effort.
Agreed.
Because see, earlier
You've got strengths and weaknesses. I've got strengths and weaknesses, and we match together. It's pretty well.
it is a team effort. Earlier we lost video. That was my fault. Then after that we lost audio. I don't know if that was your fault.
I don't know if it was or not, but we fixed it somehow.
Well, yeah, you fixed it. Yeah, that's right, Harris. You gotta pull for the dealer. You know, the dealer's out there listening. Okay. Oh, looks like Ryan's wife and daughter. They've been quiet. I noticed that.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, he's been playing very solid poker. Hasn't had a lot to deal with, so he's doing the best with what he's got. This current hand, Lewis flopped the open ender on the bottom end. Sardine still with the 2 overs. Not a lot of action here. We get the King River, and everybody just hoping to
Sardine's
get
go ahead and take
the showdown.
He checks it. He takes it down. You know.
Yep. Sardine is going to show the ace queen high there.
Why couldn't you bet the flop was going all in? You sense it or something?
Sensitive?
Did you sense it? I
Oh,
said.
sensitive. I thought you said, are you sensitive?
No. I mean, I said, did you sense the checkers all in?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Well played.
I see a lot of love for Lewis in his hat in chat.
And then I just gave up on the river. I don't know if a bet on the river would have worked. It might have been, I don't know. I think it's been close. I think you might have called.
All right, here we are. TCH Texas Card House, Dallas, Travis. Hand number 57. Saturday night, final table.
I mean, unless I got there.
60, 120, 120 are the blinds. We're down to the final 6, Travis.
Final 5. Down to 5 now.
5?
Yeah, we're down to 5.
All right. Well, I was counting Derek, but I guess okay.
That's
Final
fair.
5.
I mean, he is on the final table. It counts.
Yeah. Logan's gonna like the diamonds. I don't know if he's gonna like the 3. He's used up his 3s already so
He
far.
sure
tonight.
has. He's going to shove.
But you know he's gonna go to the well again with the 3s and take it down, pushing people around.
Jess, Brian's wife, says, late to join, just finished long day of dance competition for his daughter. Need him to win for the dance bill. I know there is a dance or a cheer competition down in Dallas. I wonder if they're part of that. The NCA, National Cheerleading Association. I know dance and cheerleading is 2 different things, but sometimes people call it the same. So,
I'm hip to the scene.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, he's definitely going to take something home. I mean, he's got his eye on the main prize.
Sure does. Everybody here guaranteed $7,735. So that will be the minimum. And then we do still have $21,000 up top. So
Curly's pulling for Lee. He's a legend for show.
All in.
Stephen Tixey, Mr. Delivery in the chat. How's it going, Stephen? He said he just got back from the cheer competition himself. He placed 4th. He's competing against all those young cheer squad, so fourth is actually very good.
All right, we have a little all in here, Travis. What do you think?
Oh, ace jack versus ace 4.
And the flop, there it is. Ace Jack coming out on top. Loke, top pair, top kicker.
And that'll be it.
That's it. Draw it dead. There you go.
Bijan gonna go ahead and I think he is knocked out there in 5th place. Good game, Bijan.
Yeah, he didn't have much to work with all day. And when he did have cards, he did make the best of them. But then, it just kind of, died on him a little bit.
It is tough when you stall for cards when you're short-handed as you are and you get short stacked. So found an ace, shoved with it,
Yeah,
woke up against a hand. So
yeah, a bigger ace. It happens.
Just kind of move a little bit over here so you're still using that.
So there it is.
1-1 here.
We are down to the final 4.
120.
How much is he taking home? Should we dare to mess around with this
Yep.
thing?
120, 120.
I ain't gonna do it. I ain't doing it.
all day.
Okay.
Let's see if we can figure stuff out.
Right, and there. So how much is he gonna take home?
All right. Does look like he's going to take home $7,735. Everybody now guaranteed $9,696. Again, 21,290 up top.
Raise to 320.
Hey,
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
Did you click it? Did you
Just
click
click it? Clicked it back.
Ah,
Clicked it again.
ah,
Yeah. We're figuring stuff out.
there you go.
I was observing.
Anyway, great game.
Wow! What a hand to come up four-handed. Ace Jack of Diamonds versus King. These two have been going at it all day long.
These two begin the cards all day long.
Sure have.
And these guys, they just had the best.
Wow, look at those hands too. Ace
Look
3
at
suited,
this.
Jack 10 of hearts. That's the
Okay.
best hand Brian's seen in a long time. He may be tempted, but boy, I tell you what, he'd pick a terrible time to go in if that was
Nice
the
lay
choice.
down. Let Brian's wife know he just made a great lay down right there.
He sure did.
And his daughter, too.
That is hard to lay down.
Yeah,
Four-handed, boy,
I'm
I tell you
telling
what, it kind of looks like aces when you got Jack 10.
He sees these guys could clash a little bit. He wants to see them clash. Lewis with the pocket kings. He's going to Hollywood it up a little bit, I think. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, he's definitely posturing here, trying to see how much he can get. 1 million is quite the raise. It's a 3-bet, so he's all in and
There's
a
the
call.
all in and the step call. Here we go.
This is it for all the kahunas. We have
Lewis the
a big
legend.
pot brewing.
Lewis the legend, for sure, going up against Loaf Dog. Let's see what we can got here. Well,
9 high flop, 1 diamond, backdoor
that's
diamonds.
everybody.
Nope, there's an 8
Ace,
drawn to an
and
ace.
Ace only.
Kings for Lewis, and he just continues his run. Boy, I tell you what, big pot for Lewis. Kings gonna go ahead and double up there. We're gonna see
Wow.
how much, if anything, Loke has left. What a huge swing. Lewis now with the overwhelming chip lead.
Without a doubt, there it is. Crippling Loke. Austin pointing out Curly is a legend himself. There is no doubt. And I talked about this, but is he not one of the top 3 coolest dudes in the world?
He is one of the top 3, absolutely. It
Yeah.
does look like Loke has finished in 4th place. Good game to Loke. What a hand
Loke
to go
is
out
out.
on.
I thought he had him. No.
He did not have him covered. It
Oh.
looks like Lewis did have him covered by just a bit. What a huge
Wow.
hand. We are now down to 3, and
Wow.
Lewis,
Take care, Lo.
absolute domination here.
Well, great game for Loke. I mean, all day long, every time I looked, his chip stack, and I watched, I looked to see. Every time I saw it, it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And anyway, great game for Loke. And
He's going to finish with just
let's see.
just under $10,000 there. 9,696.
$9,696. We should catch up with him. I haven't eaten all day. We should catch up with him, And yeah,
See where he's going for the winter day.
Yeah, something. And here we are. JD's asking for a chop.
No, yeah.
You know,
He's back at me every time.
Derek's in here all the time, and you know, he's convinced me not to chop. You know,
Somebody makes that many mistakes against me.
he doesn't like to chop at all. You know, he's talked me into it. If I'm at the final table, there's only one way I'll chop.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
If I'm the chip leader and when they want to chop, and then I can call myself the champion, and then I will have dealt it, commentated it, and won it.
And won
it. But other than that, I'm not interested in chopping.
Raise to 460.
Close it down.
Attaboy. To each their own. To each their own.
But anyway, here we are, hand number 61, the final three.
Yes, sir.
Sardine looking at King Queen here. And he's going to get a call from Lewis with his nickels and dimes. And
Look
look
at this.
Oh my God.
This man cannot miss.
It's unreal.
He's going to check to see if he can get a continuation bet out of Sardine. Not looking like that hit
Yeah, Sardine.
any of Lewis's
Sardine,
range,
I'm
but
very curious to see what he does here. You know, the
Check
patience.
back.
The patience. They got a lot.
all right.
Oh, that's going to make
Deuce of
Lewis a little
hearts.
nervous. That's going to make Lewis a little nervous.
Bad match, you want
500,000.
Lewis going to get ahead and throw a little something out there. I don't see how Sardine can make the call. Nice lay down there.
Not gonna like that one.
Yeah, give
He
back a look.
said, he said you're not going to like that one.
Yeah, give back a look. Representing the room very well tonight. Very well today. All day. You know.
Move at it, flop,
Really?
yeah, that's 10-5.
But anyway, it's that time of night, Travis. It's that time of night.
10-5 is all I have.
We all want to know where you're listening
I'm
from.
gonna check the flop to check raise.
So if you can, after this hand, we'll read a couple of tabs. This is what we normally do. I bet this does, you know.
Yeah.
So we try to keep with it. It's a cool thing. So let us know. Let us know where you're listening from.
Yeah, there's 319 of y'all viewing us.
Yeah, we get people from all over the place, right down the street. You know, a couple people in Australia. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
back in Baltimore. You know,
Another fire hand. Lewis
Jeez.
Lee, King 10 of spades.
this guy.
Brian, Ace 10 of diamonds.
I don't know if I've ever seen anybody on fire like this guy.
Lewis is going to make the call and see the bad news that he is dominated here, but does have spade outs and king outs.
There's a bunch of spades
Oh,
on the
so he's got to catch. He's got to catch a pair here, or some spades, maybe some running
I'm hoping for the
straights.
spades, bro.
There is a king.
Come on, Jack.
Brian now drawing to a jack or an ace. The ace comes,
Oh, look at this.
Spades?
and spades though. Spades miss,
Right there, sir.
and Brian will end up doubling up. 1.6 million is what he has. So he's
I
going
tell you.
3.2.
I tell you,
Things have just evened out.
the stand-up thing for Brian is working.
It is.
The stand-up, I'm good to go. I'm ready to go. It's working. I don't know if it could work. I'm going to try it, and we'll see. All right, let's see. Where you? We'll go one more hand. One more hand. Give the people a chance to get ahead
I'll put 1 million.
and punch in.
Oh, 400. Okay, I'm sorry.
Where you from?
Tell us where you're listening
Oh,
from.
I can hear you right.
Greta Van Doomsburg from Windsor, Colorado. That's right down the street from where I lived in Fort Collins.
You know, I want to point something out here while we're waiting for another hand. You're West Coast.
West Coast.
I'm East Coast, and here we are in Dallas.
Coming together in the middle.
You gotta love it, brother. You gotta love
Coming
it.
together in the middle.
Dallas is a great town. You love Dallas?
I love Dallas.
The people
I
here are
thought-
awesome.
I thought I would not like Dallas as much as I do, but it is growing on me. I've done some really awesome things and met some really awesome people.
Yeah,
Cannot complain.
I
I think
think,
Dallas is a great city.
I've been in every state except Hawaii and Alaska, and the people in Texas are great. But the people of Dallas are just awesome. You know, the poker players. You know, people come from all over to come here and play in this room.
Absolutely.
Dude, I think that rules could be.
It's amazing.
I just want to say, in case he's listening, and he could be, I just want to give a shout out to Victor Leone, for calling me and saying, hey, come down here. Come here, check this out. I think you're going to like this.
Love
you know,
that.
and I appreciate the fact that he did that. He thought enough of me to call me and say, "Hey, I got a good thing down here. You might want to come check this out." And I did. So, Victor, thank you. Thank you for the phone call. So here we are.
Lewis flopping a flush draw here, 9-high flush draw, and,
Yeah,
and Brian's betting 500K with his 6-5. He's got a gut shot, thinking that maybe it didn't hit Lewis at all in his range. Brian now with some betting chips now that he's doubled up.
Yeah, but I mean, would you be? I mean, Lewis is smacking everything.
He is.
Brian's showing some, you know.
A little bit of gumption.
Yeah, I mean, 500.
Brian obviously tried to represent the ace here. You know, pushing Lewis off the flush draw if he has it, but Lewis actually has the flush draw. So,
Yeah.
all right, we got somebody watching from Thailand.
We have a raise. Is that a raise? That's a raise.
No, did he? He did raise. 1.3 million. And Brian quickly folds.
Yeah. Did he say I was just kidding?
All right.
All right, let's see. What we got here?
Player watch.
You got to look. First one. First one,
Of
right?
course she is.
Boston. Go Sox. Windsor. Little Rock. We got here.
Gig Harbor, Washington, go Hawks.
Yeah, I know. That's from you, right?
Yep.
Parts.
Right outside Seattle.
Parts unknown.
Ooh,
All right. Thailand. You got to dig that, man.
Absolutely. Love when we get the international viewership. I love that we have the international following here. Get a lot of European and international players here.
Dive for Lewis.
So funny.
This is
Butte County, Northern California, Australia. Tyler said he's watching from Australia. I find that that's a lie.
Yeah, I got.
But I like
question
that.
Dallas all day, baby. The Dallas fans. There it is. The hat is legendary, without a doubt. You know, without a doubt. Ryan over there watching from across the street. There you go. I tell you what, I would not be surprised if we saw 3 or 4 hats like that pop up in the room tomorrow. I might have to, go out and buy like a box of 20, see how many I can, charge double for what I pay, and see if I make a couple dollars.
Boy.
Yeah.
Throw a TCH logo on. See if we can't sell some.
Tyler from Australia, huh? We had a couple weeks ago. We had a young man from Australia, and he must have had half the country. He must have called everybody. Everybody he was calling, they were all listening.
Oh, really?
For him, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Here we go, Sardine. Is that Lewis getting another decent hand? I mean, 9-7 at diamonds isn't what he's used to, but it's not a bad hand.
Finally caught something under a 10.
All right, so he's going to let Brian and he called too.
Yeah, we're going 3 ways to this flop. Jack high flop with a pair of 9s.
So Brian hit the jack.
Yeah.
Lewis hit the 9. And Sardine is wondering why he called.
Yeah, they check over to Brian, and Brian does look like he is going to shove here. 1.6 million. And Lewis again now being able to
1.62. 1,620,000.
Did he say 1.21?
I think he said 1.6. 1.6 million is what he said.
Not 1.21 gigawatts? That's a movie reference.
It is a movie reference.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Lewis wondering what to do here. He's like, does he have the jack? I'm red hot. You know what? Does he have a jack? I don't know. I'm probably
Hey,
hit.
Mitch. Glenn Burney.
There you go.
Glenn Burney saying hello.
That's my boy Gil. Hey Gil, how you doing?
All right.
Good to see you on the stream. I appreciate it.
Lewis does make the call with a pair of 9s. Hoping that Brian was on a draw, but he's going to see the bad news. Drawn to a 7 or a 9 currently. There's an 8, gives him some
Yeah,
more outs.
of course
6
it
or
gives him
10.
more outs.
7, 9?
You know, it's Lewis.
6, 7, 9, 10. 6, 7, 9, 10.
And it's a 3 of diamonds.
Oh,
Wait, what? Lewis didn't get there?
Right? Brian is going to double up again. Now
good,
back
sir.
up to nearly 3 million.
Avoiding a dagger.
Well,
Gil's a friend of mine. He used to come in the room and play all the time at the Horseshoe.
that one's still a little bit.
Lived not too far from where I did there at Glen Burnie. As a matter of fact, Gil, just to let you know, Wednesday, this past Wednesday, was 80 degrees. Emily and I went out bike riding, and I let him know that because I bought the bike off of his dad. Yeah,
Very cool.
his dad buys old bikes, takes them home, and restores them, and sells them. Does an excellent job at it too. Yes, Back to the Future, Austin, very good.
1.21 gigawatts.
1.21.
Yep. 88 miles per hour. Let's do it.
Lewis, 6'5" also.
Decides to fold a hand, let somebody else win.
Just see the look on his face. He's like, I can't believe I get this. I can't believe we're having all the good hands.
Haven't seen him. Well, I mean, but he, to be fair, he plays the 9-3 spades, gets the spade draw,
Of course.
plays the 10-5, flops 2 pairs. So it doesn't really matter at
It
this
doesn't
point.
matter.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to smash the flop anyway. We'll see. Did he smash it?
There's a 7.
7 for Sardine.
160.
Giggity.
TV, Trout P, Ron P, Meat Payne, Young Y, Young Pay, excuse me for one student limit.
I tell you who I know is listening. I can't believe she hasn't said anything. I told her that you and I would be commentating tonight. She was very excited about it. Emily was very excited to listen in. I'm surprised she hasn't commented. Oh my God, the patience have paid off. The patience have paid off. The same color and everything. Let's see how Sardine does.
Finding a button raise here. Gonna make it 350. Brian with the 10-5. Not much there. Let's see.
Sardine.
Lewis got Jack 9, and boy, he likes to play his gap connectors. Gonna assume he's probably gonna get a call here. Looks like he's going for. Oh no, that is. I thought maybe he was going for reaching for raising chips, but it does look like he is just going to elect to make the call. We're going to see a flop. Ace Ace versus Jack 9.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm a fan too.
All right, pair of 9s. Emily. Oh.
There she is.
Lewis flopping a pair of 9s might get in some trouble, but he does know that he's up to about a button raise from Sardine. Can have a lot of hands that are winning there, so he is going to check it over. Sardine going to go ahead and continue this here with a value bet here on the flop, 350K. See if Lewis hit anything.
Well, looks like we're finally getting some love for Sardine over here. James Brown showing some support here for Sardine with his pocket aces.
And it's a 9. Oh my goodness, Lewis cannot lose.
Wow. Wow.
The man has just hit a lot of stuff.
And look at him.
Yeah.
Look, Stone Cold. You never would have known he just hit the 9.
No. That 9's also a good card too for Lewis, for Sardine, because he thinks that, if he has top pair, 10s and 9s, thinking he might be good here.
You got the jack call. The chat calling for the jack on the turn.
And a check back, smart check back, just in case he does have the 9. So it does look like Lewis is going to have to get a value bet in here. Probably going to bet about 800,000 to $1 million, maybe half pot, maybe a little bit more than half pot. See if he can get.
That's the kind.
Oh, he's going to bet way more than that. It looks like an overbet. Looked like a bluff. Missed draw maybe. 1.7. 1.7 there. That's going to go ahead and put Sardine all in. He does
Oh.
see the bad news. Sardine is going to finish in third place here.
3 nines.
I gotta tell you, Lewis is one hand is a great hand, but the patience on the turn, the check on the turn by Sardine, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed by it.
Found himself in a bad spot on the river and
You know,
just couldn't help himself.
And Lewis played the river well, and Sardine, I don't. Maybe he was trying to set him up for a trap. Maybe he felt maybe he did have the 9.
Sure. I'm sure he considered it.
But I don't think anybody could have laid down the aces there. I mean, could you?
It's a tough hand to lay down three-handed, obviously. You know, Lewis didn't give any indication that he may have the 9, except for that check there. But you know, that could have been anything. So
It's a great hand. Lewis played it well. They both played it well. And anyway, Sardine, great game. I love the patience. You know, I love the way, even the way all the way up to the last hand.
Yep.
You know, excellent job, great game. And how much will he be walking out of here with? Let's see,
Going home with 12,000.
12,000. Don't forget the 20.
Oh, and a $20 bill.
There you go. There you go.
Raised to 580.
And second place and first place got heads up going here. Lewis with the chips. Hand number 67. Lewis continues getting good cards. Ace and 7. I mean, you know, ace 7 is heads up. It's awesome.
160, 160.
Fifth, Krishna and Uriah for 1-2.
Sardine getting some love in the chat. And that's cool. He deserves it. He played well. Patience. I need to learn that aspect of the game here.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Brian's wife. Brian has made heads up here. A nice finish here, whether he's able to complete the comeback or not.
Raised to 580.
What a great game by him. He was very patient, waited through all the card dead times, let everybody knock each other out, and now he is heads up with Lewis for the championship.
And I got to point out, I like this. It doesn't always happen, but the people in the chat, it turns out that one player's way over here on this side, the other player's way over here on this side, instead of sitting. You know, it's real awkward when it ends to be seat 2 and seat 3, and they're sitting in, you know, right next to each other. You know, in this situation, you know, as a dealer, he may not really, you know, do you know what I'm saying? But the players like it like this, you know.
Absolutely.
And if I'm playing heads up, this is the way I'd like it to be too.
Yeah, I dig that. You know, not too much. You know, Lewis has Brian covered by about $1 million. So even though Lewis's stack looks huge, you know, it's pretty close. It's not as over, not as dominating as it looks like.
Yeah, well, you can see there, you know, 5.2 and 4 or something.
Yeah. They are now at 80, 160, 160. So
And
that's
Brian,
pretty big.
look
Brian
at
flopping
this.
a big one, trying to get some action here out of Lewis. Lewis going to take a shot at it. Brian probably smartly just going to flat behind, see if he can capture some more value on the turns and the river.
I don't think Lewis liked that call.
No. 5 there is going to get a check there. Probably a check back here from Lewis. Probably see check on the turn.
Lewis might bet. He might put Brian on a flush draw here, so he might try and take it down. I don't think he's putting him on a 10.
Well, even a 10 or a 7, you know, Lewis at some point.
He's going to throw a little something out there, try and get him off. He put him on a flush draw, I would say.
Good time for Brian to posture here and see if he thinks that he can get some value by raising here, or just another flat call to make it look like he's on a draw.
Yeah, I think either way, I don't think Lewis is putting any more chips in the pot. Yeah, Lewis is going to throw it away. He's not liking this. He's like, oh crap, he's got the 10. Look, he knows.
Yeah.
So Lewis will sit there and think about it, but he's going to throw it away.
Well, you'd think so, but I saw something about a big live stream where some girl called with Jack 4. It was called the Robbie, and you know there was a controversy. And
You know, I think I was the first person to call that.
yo, yeah,
I posted on Facebook. You can go check it out.
I like it.
I did it. I put the whole thing up there and everything. I was the first person that I know to call it Robbie, and that is true. I do take credit for a lot of stuff, but that is true. Not everything I say is true. And Lewis will throw it away. Brian will take it down. Brian's wife and daughter, they're jumping up and down. They like that hand.
He is now taking the chip lead in his.
I'm telling you, what she was talking about? Dance classes? Is that what she was doing?
Yeah, they were at some dance competition tonight. So they got here a little bit late to watch Brian on the final table, but it looks like hopefully, you know, they are heads up, and there should be hopefully enough money in the prize pool left to help pay for those damn.
I had
You had it. There you go. Yeah, 160.
I guess I'll just tell you. I had
You will see it anyway.
yeah. I misread it, but I honestly didn't misread it. But I ended up having.
Brian's starting to wake up with some cards here.
Jack 10 of diamonds, great hand to have heads up.
Yeah, you like that heads up. I mean, I like it anytime.
I like it anytime, but heads up is a great time to have it.
Give me Jack 10 suited in a cash game all day long.
Mitch invented the high five. He sure did.
Raised to 580.
You know, they were saying, you know, and they were talking about Mitch the other day, and they say, you know, what Mitch had in history class, they just wrote down. So, you know, they were just writing down what they were doing.
Yeah, that's history.
Yeah.
Now we can actually
Are you chiseling on stuff?
Chiseling on stone. Well, that's what they did in history class. They just wrote down what they were doing.
Well, I'm not that old.
Would my 5 been good if I read my hand right?
Oh, what a flop here. Flopping open-ended for Brian now.
I love a Jack 10.
Let's just say a good friend
Also
of
has some backdoor diamond draws.
Not in reality.
Oh yeah, you did.
Not the worst possible flop for Lewis, but he's going to go ahead and play it safe now that he's not the chip leader.
Because the turn came to 5, you know, that's the only reason why I
4 of diamonds.
500.
Gil chimed in. Brian is solid. No doubt about it. It's not his first time at the final table.
I'm zigging and zagging.
Yeah, no, I nailed that flop.
Brian's going to bet it and take it down.
Zigging and zagging. I'm zigging and zagging.
Not much value there for Lewis on the turn 1 pairs.
And look at this. Brian
Oh man.
is the chip leader.
Weird. Back to this spot.
I was trying to figure a way to trigger you to push me all in. Was what I was trying to figure out. 160.
Still 370 watching.
Yeah.
Great numbers here as we're heads up.
You know, we haven't checked the likes all night
We have
long.
not checked the likes.
You want me to do it? You want to do it?
I do like on the 18, 18 or something like
check
that, you know?
Let's take a look. See.
Possibly like
Can't check it on the screen on this computer here.
Go to YouTube.
All right, let's go down at Queen 5 of clubs. Yeah, Mike, I love the support. Mike's telling everybody, hit the like button. Hit it for Travis.
Do it for Harambe.
Coming in, Travis coming in and helping us out. Brian with a
Showing
bigger
71
queen here.
likes. 71 likes, guys.
71?
Let's push it up, guys.
Oh.
Let's see if we can get closer to 85.
No, I want 100.
All right, Mitch wants 100. Do it for Mitch.
I can't believe this. You guys ain't hit 100 yet?
Smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. That'll help us.
Well, flop misses everybody. Let's see who wants to take a stab at it here.
At 6.
The Adventures of Pete and Pete. Yeah, it looks like it is Brian's turn to get the the cards here. Let's see let's see how this plays out.
CGW for 1 2 yellow. Final call for Nico Sun for 1 2 yellow.
Jack Deuce is suited, I guess. Let's see here. Let's see how many likes do we have? Did you look it up? I didn't look it up.
71. 71 we got.
Is that it?
480.
Damn, finally you got a good one.
Jason M.
What the hell you got no chopping to?
Lewis, Queen Jack here. Now going to go ahead.
Now we got 78.
Call.
I'm seeing 78 likes.
All right, up to 78 so far. We got 22 to go. Let's go. Brian flopping a pair here. Lewis with 2 overs. Doesn't know his Jack's not going to be a good out now.
800.
Did you hit the like button?
I don't know.
What the hell are you doing?
I you know, sometimes I just forget.
How we expect them to hit the like button?
You
You
know
ain't
what I'm
even
saying?
hitting the like button.
Nah, I was gonna.
I want to talk to you.
That's fair.
You don't want to make a play.
It wanna work?
That's you?
That sure is.
You lie to me every time.
I was ready to snap call it.
You honestly do that? Oh my god.
I've been hammering every hand since we got heads up. I've been hammering.
No, but I legit had 2 overs though. I legit had 2 overs.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely had. They were out.
All right, up to 84 now, 16 to go.
At the moment, I know I was ahead.
Yeah, no. I legit had 2 overs. But
Skate or
was
die. I
gonna-
don't think that
couldn't
chat,
call.
those charts
My
exist.
hand, I couldn't call.
Charts for Texas cash games were
Talking about raise yourself on the button.
usual. Nope. You know,
I
in
think
cash
that-
games, I don't. You know, a lot of times they don't
I
cash.
think that's up in Oklahoma.
Do they track that in Oklahoma? I don't-
No,
you know,
but I think that's where you. If you're asking me.
380.
All right, Lewis, go ahead and raise with the 10-8. I'm not a big fan of the 10-8, but I can't ever find myself to just throw it away. All right, we have 307 people watching. Hit the like button.
likes total. We need 12 more.
Emily, hit the like button. You know, I get home, she'll like, I wasn't feeling it, but I hit it because you told me to, but I wasn't feeling it.
Aw.
Chandra G for transfer.
She has to like the combo. Saucy chops in a box.
Saucy chops. We got to find something else, I think. Brian going to raise to 880 with the ace-4. Lewis is going to make the call. We're going to see a flop here.
See a flop heads up. Live cards for everybody.
Man, let's see what happens.
10
There's
cents.
a 10 for Lewis.
Brian's got the diamond, but it's a 4 of diamonds, so we can't imagine that's any good here.
Okay for 1 2.
This tip.
Okay. All right. So, take you all record high. All right. Oh, our sanctuary won 17,228 TCH Live loyalty points. Up to 232,000. Don't mind that. We are, playing some poker here. Lewis betting. Looks like we've got
How much to throw? He threw $1 million?
1 million out here. 1 million with his 10. He also has a gut shot.
He smoked for 1 2.
Brian doesn't have much.
I think he might have done Brian a favor there.
He sure did, I think.
I think Brian might have done a little something himself, but I think he's going to have to throw this away. He may not believe Lewis, but he really doesn't have.
Freedom offset A for 1 2.
And he'll throw it away.
Vincent, he's still on 13.
Lewis he's holding on to his cards. He wants to show him. He wants to show him. He's going to show. I knew he was going to show him.
Oh, showed him the 10.
Showed him the
More
10.
outs on the turn too. That's why I had
That's exactly the one. High or low.
Showed him the 10. Very good.
Yeah.
Second was sitting there in the middle, the 8, 7, 9, 10 range, and they were.
Yeah, I like the flop and then like
160, 160.
I like the turn better.
80.
I wasn't gonna show it, but you're like,
Long pay, 3 for 1-2 to limit.
kind of didn't want to show it, but. Oh, walk.
Yeah.
Oh, Moondog suited.
All right, people. It's easy now. Heads up action. Who you pulling for? We have Lewis and Brian. Let us know. Heads up action, hand number 75. 280 down to the final 2.
So at this point, we can
Lewis.
buy or total shits about our hands.
About the only thing he can like about the 7 deuce here is that it's suited, I guess, and it's heads up. I mean, even heads up, you don't want to look down at 7 deuce.
That's a true story. He's going to raise it up, make it look like 480. 480.
If you heads up, if I'm heads up, and I have a heads up with you, and I look down and I got 7 deuce,
Call.
I'm going to look up at the dealer. I'm like, really? All the cards, you have all the cards in your hand, him and me, and you give me 7 deuce? Really? Are you trying? Is that what you did? All right, check, check. We'll go to the turn.
Now Lewis did raise pre-flop, so check here by Brian.
He's gonna represent this ace. He's gonna bet out at this. Oh my God!
Oh, and
He
a
missed
check
it right
back.
there.
That should open the door here for Brian.
Unless Lewis was setting it up. Let me check it.
3 checks to see if he.
Let me check it because he knows Brian doesn't have an ace, and he
He's
was
got
going.
showdown,
He was
though.
going to either bet at it like he is right now, or maybe come over the top.
500.
500,000. And he'll take it down with the 7 deuce. That's how you play 7 deuce.
Pretty passively played by both those guys, and just end up whoever bet first got it.
See Adams pulling for Lewis here.
Grab a quarter here for 160. I'm short this one then.
I think they're digging the hat. I think the players, the viewers dig the hat. Brian, you can't see him. You know, they can't make a connection with Brian. You know, he's got himself all tucked up in there.
Sure.
You know, his hat, you know, hiding himself from the other players, but he's hiding himself from the viewers too. They can't make a connection.
If I was playing heads up for this much money, I wouldn't care much about that.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm just trying to explain why Brian's not getting much love from the viewers.
That's all right. He's got his family in the chat. And they are.
Lewis is out here. He's wearing his hat. You know, he's got his chips. You know, he's chatty. You know, he's out there.
Got the flaps up. Flaps up. Oh, look at this. Queen 4, Queen 5. This could be an interesting hand depending on the flop.
I mean, you know, Brian could, you know, he could reveal himself a little bit. He still could hide behind Derek there, you know, duck back, you know, whenever he would go, you know.
Whoa, look at this flop.
Wow.
We've got pair
Pair
for
of
Brian
fives
and
open-ended.
Lewis got the open-ended.
With the diamond draw, too. Let's see what happens. Well, that didn't do anything for anybody. No diamonds now. Still a pair of fives. Still an open-ended straight draw. Brian's going to throw a little something out there. Let's see what he does. Sound like 600. And it is.
All right, next hand, 100, 200, 200.
You heard the man. Blinds are going up next hand.
Blinds are going up next hand.
Meet K and Ben for 1-2 yellow.
All right, calling for the.
Sam N for 1-2 no limit.
Calling for the gut shot.
Open it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Open ender and he misses.
Now Lewis does have the queen of diamonds, so he may think he's got some bargaining chips. But Brian gonna go ahead and turn his hand to a bluff here, betting the river.
Bluffing with the best hand.
All in.
He's gonna go all in, and this is why you don't turn your hand. You just check here and hope for showdown value. Now Lewis putting him in a spot, knowing that he's got the queen of diamonds, knowing unless Brian had the ace or the king, he can't call. Brian put it into the blender here. He does elect to lay down the best hand.
That's a big pot right there. 7 million in chips.
You will. I figured I would.
Big pot.
It's just so tough at this point.
And Diamond's gonna scoop in,
2-2 now. Nice and easy.
color up some of the chips there so they don't have so many chips. Just still same amount.
Still save him out.
Still same amount.
That's
but
right.
not, you know. So Andrew wants to know what's the prize. So while they're doing a little color up, we'll go ahead and show you what they're fighting for here. Second place is going to get $16,065.
What's that?
First place is going to walk away with $21,290 there, Travis. What do you think about that?
Man, I tell you what, it's a bunch of money. We do it once a month. This $500 buy-in is amazing, and great structure. 30, you know, we get 40,000 starting stack, 30-minute levels. Finishes in one day, and somebody leaves home or leaves $20,000 richer at the end of the day, unless they decide to chop. Obviously, 21-16, an even chop there is 37,000, so they're looking just right around $18,000, right? So,
We've been here all day.
you know, I think our tournaments are some of the best that I've seen for daily tournaments.
All in.
Queen 10, Queen Jack here. Brian all in, and Lewis has a decision to make.
Wow.
He does not know that he's absolutely dominating Brian. He may think he has live cards, though.
Feeling your slightly
Samara
ahead,
M for 2-5.
but
Justin C for 1-2.
I'm sorry. Just let me get a count, just in case.
So Lewis wants to count.
Maybe I can get away from
Derek will
it.
go ahead and break it down
Maybe I can get away from it.
and let Lewis know that Brian is all in for $3 million.
2,850,000.
Oh, 2,800,000. Well, almost 3 billion. It says 3 million on the charts there.
Can end it right here.
I know.
2,800,000 to call for Lewis. A little less than half a stack, but it would give Brian back to chip lead, right?
3 million, no. Yeah, I mean, he would.
Well, Lewis went ahead and make the call, and let's see what happens. Lewis has a jack.
Oh, you're
Brian
saying if he
has a
lost. I'm
10.
sorry. Yes, sorry. And as a queen, I think that would have happened
Okay.
on the flop either way.
Yeah.
We would have seen some action.
It would have gone all in right there anyway.
There's a jack that's gonna
Wow.
9 and 9 only, and it's a king.
There it is. There
Lewis.
it is. Lewis
Hot from start to finish.
will take it down. There it is. Excellent game. Got cards all day. There it is. Brian with the handshake. Great game, Brian. Great game. The wife is very proud of you.
Yeah. Lewis, congratulations.
Yeah, that's congratulations. Great job, Derek. Great job, everybody. Great job, Tyler,
Thank you guys
Cooper,
in the chat. You guys have been awesome tonight.
the players who showed
Always
up
a
to play
pleasure.
today.
Time, Derek.
Travis, thank you for coming out.
Always. And we will see you guys again next time. Thanks for tuning in to TCH Live Dallas for all your